official. Clearly the best time Gail Luke's ever run, and Jenny Laurenday should get a qualifier there, and in third placing Lisa Bruce, so the quality there was outstanding. And Gail Luke continues to improve.
Gail Luke, she's trailing Jenny Laurenday, who'd gone out very fast, but the 800-metre running background of Gail Luke tells over the last 50 to 60 metres. She approaches the last hurdle, gets over it clearly, and her strength now shows. She powers to the line, and it's another Olympic qualifying for the Tasmanian.
Yes, and on that form, she could make the semi-finals in Barcelona, and who knows, could go right on with it. Luke first in 55.92, the third Australian to break 56 seconds. Jenny Laurenday getting that Olympic qualifier, 56.45. Whether she's selected or not, we'll find out tomorrow night. And Lisa Bruce in a personal best of 57.35. They're the results from the 400 hurdles. Calagiri is the defending champion. He's won the last 2 Australian titles, and Maury Planty has been the foreman this season.
He's got 5 Olympic qualifiers under his belt, but these are very blustery conditions, and Kyle van der Kuyp from Victoria won a big race.
Got a great start, Calagiri. Led van der Kuyp clearly. Cooper in lane 6 is probably third favourite. Calagiri well clear. Van der Kuyp coming at him though, and could take him here. Calagiri hanging on. Van der Kuyp making a real effort. They're going to go over the last. Van der Kuyp, here's an upset. Beats Calagiri for his first Australian Open Championship. Well, Calagiri, the man, is qualified, and van der Kuyp takes him here, and this will make Olympic selection very, very difficult. 14.32 into a head breeze. Well, in fact, the wind reading is the gauge is behind them, but you look at the flags, it looks like they're into them. And van der Kuyp, as you suggested, very strong in the last 50 metres.
Calagiri was hitting hurdles, but van der Kuyp, with his power, raw strength, was able to forge past and hits the tape probably about 2 or 3 feet in front of Calagiri.
So what do the selectors do here? Because van der Kuyp hasn't been the qualifier this season, and Calagiri has, yet at the Nationals in relatively slow time, it's van der Kuyp who's won, and he's down there with Max Stevens.
Well, I tell you what, when you cross the line, I mean, that was the expression on your face said it all. I mean, your start wasn't that good, and you had a lot of opposition.
The headwind was hard, and I didn't get the time I wanted to, but just to win and get that title and to beat John, I've been waiting for that for a long time.
But well done. The blustery conditions, I mean, how much of an effect has that been?
Very hard. It changes your whole technique, and you tend to be able to not push as hard. And I missed out on the qualifying, but I think I'm ready to go to Europe. I'm going to do well over there.
Okay, thanks very much for your time, and well done today.
Thank you.
It was winning the 110 hurdles. Here's the lineup for the women's 400. Susan Broderick in lane 1, former Australian 100 and 200 metre champion. In lane 2, Susan Andrews of Tasmania, gold medalist of the relay team of the World Juniors. In lane 3, the newcomer from Queensland, Michelle Locke. Lane 4, Catherine Freeman of Victoria, gold medalist from the Auckland Commonwealth Games in the relay. Sharon Stewart of Victoria, a bronze medalist from the 800 metres in Auckland. In lane 5, Lee Naylor. In lane 6, ex-Victorian champion. In 7, Carly Hannigan of New South Wales, who won a gold medal in the relay team at the World Juniors, along with Renee Poechka, who made the semi-finals last year at the World Championships. Poechka, 51.38, that was her best time when she won this race last year, and the national record is 50.24, and that's held by Marie Holland, who was run out in a heat yesterday. My pleasure to introduce Raylene Boyle, who will be looking on with me with this race. Raylene, who won the Commonwealth Games title in 1982 in the 400. Paulie, it is a tough race, and today it's going to be tougher because the conditions are very blustery.
Yeah, it's going to be tough between a few of the girls, I think. Bruce, it's Sharon Stewart's going to have the advantage up the home straight because it's a headwind, but she's in against Poetska, who is actually a 400-metre runner, not an 800-400 like Sharon. She's running from the outside lane, which is going to be tough, but being a 400-metre runner, she's got a bit of advantage from there because she knows how to run the event. But Kathy Freeman's looking too good for all of them this season. She's in fantastic condition and a fantastic talent.
She is, and we look for something special here from lane 4. Will Freeman prevail? Her first season at the distance, just like Raylene did, but she's waited not quite so long to go from 102 up to 4.
Thanks, Bruce.
Great interest on this race. It should be one of the highlights. and away. Poetska from 8, in 7 Hannigan, in 6 Naylor, in lane 5 Stewart, 4 Freeman, who's gone out very hard, Lock in 3, Andrews 2, and in lane 1 Broderick. Good view there for Renee Poetska, who made the semi-finals last year at the World Championships. In lane 8, Hannigan in 7. G. Freeman has blown them away in lane 4. You can see her there in the middle of the screen. She's way out in front. Poetska's also put it on the line, and Stewart way behind them. Well, has Freeman gone too quickly, too early? She has a clear lead from Poetska. In 3rd placing is Stewart, but they're well behind, and then Andrews and Locke. Freeman has an enormous advantage into the straight. She's way out in front. Stewart's finishing very strongly, though, and Kathy's tying up. She did go too early. Locke finishing well with Poetska, and Stewart's coming away. And Raylene, you predicted this, her strength in the last little bit. Locke's going to be 2nd, and 3rd Freeman. And an upset result there. 51-31. Gee, the time is terrific.
Fast time for Sharon Stewart, very fast time. Kathy just burned her bickies too early. I did it a few times myself when I was running 400 metres. You get so keen, you run out too hard, and you just haven't got that 400-metre strength to run home for the last 200.
Well, 51-31, the time, which puts Sharon 4th on the all-time list behind Holland, Flintoff, King and yourself, Raylene, and it's well inside the qualifying time, and a good lesson there for Kathy Freeman.
That's right. Sharon ran a very sensible race, ran through from 170 metres out from the line and just killed the others. The others were looking really exhausted from that first 200 metres, very hard.
So, tremendous performance by Sharon Stewart to come through there, and here's Max Stevens.
Thanks, Bruce. Well, you'd have to be more than proud with that.
I'm just so happy. I've come so close. I've been 800s, 1600s, so close all the time, and it's just great.
Is it more so beating Kathy in that event?
I hope that all of us would go well, because I really want a 4x4 to be selected, and so we all had to run well, but I'm certainly happy to win.
Well, just quickly, take me through your race.
I think I had a good lane, a good sit on Kathy. She went through me early, but then I could sort of catch on to her, so it probably was good.
OK, congratulations. Well done today.
Thanks very much.
Sharon Stewart in 51.32. Michelle Locke also gets a qualifier in 51.93. And Kathy Freeman in 3rd place in 52.19. So it's looking good for a 4x400 metre team. Raylene, thank you for joining us, and
Thanks,
hopefully
Bruce.
we'll talk to you later during the day on the Olympiathon.
Thank you.
Raylene Boyle, as we leave Adelaide and the 400 final and take a break. You'd expect a show out here in lane 4. So from the outside, it's Colbert of Victoria, Barbo of Papua New Guinea in 7. In 6, Aston of South Australia, Call of Victoria in 5. Garner in lane 4, Kajelis in 3, Ryan in 2 from Queensland, and in 1, Hooker of New South Wales. So from the view from lane 8 down, and Mark Garner is 4th on the right, and he's run a pretty good first 200. Kajelis and also Call are up there with him, and Kajelis not far behind Garner, in fact right with him on the turn, and Call about a metre away. Garner's strength and skill should come through here, though. Kajelis in front as they straighten. Garner's going to have to pull out something here. He does pull it out, goes up alongside Kajelis and then Call. And Garner on a limited preparation is going to come away and run a pretty good road time. 46.05. Kajelis an excellent 2nd, and Call in 3rd placing. Maury, they missed the qualifier there, 45.90, but for Garner it's been a low-key season. He's come in late after being pre-selected, and he did show his class in the last 100 metres.
Well, he needed to, Bruce. He was down on the New South Wales runner Kajelis as they straightened up. This very blustery, windy conditions may have knocked the diminutive Garner around, but he got himself balanced and then he attacked down the final stretch. He has a great speed advantage over his rivals, and remember, this is his first ever national senior championship.
Well, it's an important day for him, and he's on his way to Barcelona. So Garner successful, and Max Stevens is with him right now.
Well, Mark, congratulations. A great effort. Just take us through the race.
Very slow. First 200. I'd like to have gone through a bit quicker. But Jason Kajelis really went hard for the first 3, you know, to make it up in the last 100.
Well, as Bruce McAvaney said in his commentary, you haven't had a huge preparation for this, have you?
No, I'm still in general preparation. I mean, it's still 5 months to the Olympics, so I don't want to be peaking right now.
But it's good to be pre-selected.
Yeah, it's very good. Takes a lot of pressure off.
OK, Mark, congratulations today.
Thank you.
New South Wales in 1, Kathy Sambell, South Australia 2, Jane Overton of Western Australia in 3, Melissa Moore of New South Wales in 4, Kerry Johnson of Queensland in 5, Melinda Gainsford, New South Wales 6, Michelle Seymour of New Zealand 7, Esther Paola of Western Australia in lane 8. Defending champion Monique Dunstan went out in the heats yesterday. So She's no longer a factor this year. The Australian national record's held by Kerry Johnson at 11.19, and the Olympic qualifying is 11.40. Yesterday, both Belinda Gainsford and Kerry Johnson qualified for the Olympics. Johnson once again when she ran 11.37, and Gainsford when she ran 11.38. The athletes are about to be introduced on track. Jane Fleming has joined me. Jane, a winner of the national 100 metres title a couple of years ago, the Commonwealth Games gold medalist in the long jump and pentathlon. And Jane, we've got an exciting contest here with Johnson being challenged by Gainsford and Moore.
It will be a great race, Bruce. I think, well, let's hope that Kerry Johnson can get up today. She's never won a national title, even though she is the national record holder over 100 metres.
Yes, it's a surprising fact when you realise that Kerry has run faster than any other athlete in the sports history here in Australia, and that includes the great Raylene Boyle, and at 11.19. Now, there's Veronica Lee of New South Wales, who's one of the outsiders here. Kathy Sambell, about to be introduced in lane 2, was a member of that Commonwealth Games gold medal team from Auckland in 1990 and ran at the World Championships last year, a team that made the final, the 4x1.
They did make the final, and these girls will be really pushing to try and finish in the top 4 to top 6 to get a relay berth for the Olympics. A relay team has almost been pre-selected, I think, so they should be sending a 4x1 team to Barcelona.
That's Jane Overton, the very promising West Australian, who this season has run some very good times. Here's Melissa Moore, who qualified yesterday in the 200, probably a better bet in the 200 than she is in the 100. Here's Kerry Johnson, semi-finalist last year from the World Championships.
Yeah, Kerry actually was 9th fastest qualifier, and with the disqualification of Catherine Crabber, she would have probably made the final. So if she gets back to that form, she'll certainly be looking good in Barcelona.
Well, here's the new sensation, and I don't say that lightly, Melinda Gainsford, who yesterday ran a qualifier in the 200 and also in the 100. Her 200-metre form is extraordinary at 22.68. Here's Michelle Seymour, the New Zealander, who was second in the Australian Championships last year, and then Esther Paola of Western Australia in lane 8, who doesn't seem to be in such good form this year. Gainsford's really caught everybody by surprise, hasn't she?
She has, Bruce. She has won the last 3 national titles in the juniors over 100 metres, so she has been around a while, but she's really come of age this year, and let's hope she can carry that form through to Europe and also through to Barcelona.
Well, it's unfortunate here because the women will be running into a strong headwind. The flags are really flying in their faces, and there's Melinda Gainsford, who'll be favourite tomorrow in the 200 against Melissa Moore and Kathy Freeman. We've already seen a brilliant performance by Sharon Stewart over 400 metres today. But it is a pity that the wind is not right here, and had it been a good breeze behind, we could have seen something very fast. So Johnson versus Gainsford versus Moore. Which way will they go?
Stand up, please.
There's a call there by Melissa Moore, not happy. Or Kerry, was it?
Yeah, Kerry will actually put her arm up. You are allowed to do that, which means you don't get a break against her. If you're uncomfortable in the blocks or just not ready to go, you can put your hand up and the starter will recall the field.
A lot of injury problems this season, Kerry Johnson, but the zenith for her was Auckland in 1990 with her second to Otti in both 100-2. There's Melissa Moore, who, like Gainsford, she's an interclub member of the same club as Melinda Gainsford's, had a brilliant season. A lot of tension here, as you'd expect, but the middle lanes are where we're looking. Johnson, Moore, Gainsford. Australia will send a 4x100-metre team to Barcelona. That seems certain.
I think Johnson will be the one that'll get out quick, and if you watch Gainsford over the last 30 metres, she'll really pick her up.
So they're all set. And Johnson got out so quickly, she may have even broken. It'll be interesting to see here. Now, remember, you're only allowed one break. If you break a second time, then you're disqualified. Now, it'll be interesting to see where the red flag goes here, whether it's Kerry or, in fact, Michelle Seymour. Now, we'll wait for the officials just to see where the break came from, where the flag goes up behind. And they're just deciding. Remember Ben Johnson breaking in a semi-final in Seoul at the Olympic Games, and we all remember what happened with Raylene Boyle, who was on earlier today in Montreal in 1976 in the 200 metres, where she had 2 breaks and was unable to go on in the competition. So I haven't been able to pick it up yet, Jane. In fact, here we go. Is it against Kerry?
I'm not sure, Bruce. Perhaps they haven't credited it to anyone. There could have been a few unsteady girls out there.
Okay, so it looks like there's No red flag against any of the runners. Again, this wind gusting up. Gainsford 3 from the left. Johnson 4 from the left, and then Moore next to her. So all set. Let's see if they get away cleanly. They did, and again Johnson was up first. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. It's Jane Overton of Western Australia's run 11.54 this season.
I think that was definitely a break against Kerry then. I'll have to have a look and wait and see what the officials say, but I'm pretty sure it would be against Kerry Johnson.
Queensland, 1 break.
Yes,
1 break,
the break is against Johnson. It's just been announced. So Kerry can't afford to break again here.
On your mark.
Going for a first Australian Championship at 100 metres. Quite extraordinary. She's won 1 title at 200. There's Gainsford. So Johnson settling again.
Set.
Okay, got a good clean start. Johnson leading Gainsford clearly, and Moore and Overton. Gainsford to come home over the top of Johnson and Moore. Gainsford flashing at Moore. Gainsford and Moore, they're going to hit it together. Gainsford, I think's won. Yes, she has. 2 strong in the end, and Johnson 3rd. Well, a great performance. Slowly away. Johnson clearly in front of her early, but Jane, this is a good talent, isn't it, Melinda Gainsford?
She is a great talent, and I think the problem there, Kerry did have a break against her. Didn't get her usual quick start. She would usually lead the field well and truly at about the 40.
Championship has taken it out. The gold medalist, Melinda Gainsford, unofficial time, 11.52. How's your little girl going, Amber?
She's wonderful, and I love being a mum, so it's really lovely.
Now, tell me, you're not going to Barcelona, but I know you're supporting the team in a very strong way.
Yes, I'm actually thinking whether to go to Barcelona as a spectator, but if I'm not, I'm definitely going to help out with the National Olympic bonds that the National Australia Bank are doing.
Tell us all about them and how they're going to support our athletes going to Barcelona.
Well, actually, everyone can go out, and it's like an account where you put your money in. It's there for a minimum of 6 months. It's a minimum of $1,000. And what happens is basically the money that you put in is yours, and you get a good interest rate. You also find that it's a secure investment, but the National Bank actually make a donation on the percentage of the bonds that are put in to the Olympic team.
Okay, so do I have to have an account with the National Bank to be involved?
Do you have one with the National Bank?
I haven't got any money at all, Debbie.
No, you don't. Anyone can come along and make an investment in the Olympic bonds, and you don't have to be a customer of the National Bank. Anyone can do it.
Now, come on, tell us, is there any chance that you might be making a comeback at any stage?
I don't know, Bruce. I'm really enjoying being a mum, and I'm really enjoying just keeping fit. But I'm going to make my decision over the next month, because if I want to go on, I'm going to have to start, because the World Championships next year. But I'll make my decision by about the end of April, and we'll go from there.
Okay, so Gary, from the track, Debbie Flintoff-King telling us all about how we can support Barcelona with the National Australia Bank National Olympic bonds, and who knows, Gary, she still might be around in a couple of years' time.
Let's hope so, thank you.
Every time you buy a product that features Willie or the Olympic symbol, you're helping to send our team to the 1992 Olympic Games. And you're helping them win gold for Australia.
Levy, Queensland 3, Naylor, Victoria 4, Nakisha of New Zealand 5, Stevenson, New South Wales 6, Rowan, Victoria 7, and Craner, Victoria in lane 8. So Shane Naylor in 4 and Chad Stevenson in 6. Maury Plant look to be the 2 favourites.
The New Zealander, Nakisha, will go out very quickly. It'll be up to Naylor and Stevenson to run him down. There's a lot of needle in this race. Naylor and Levy, Stevenson, all wanting the crown.
10:30, the qualifying time. Away, Nakisha away. Well, Naylor got a good start, so did Stevenson. Levy not so good. Naylor in a winning position. Stevenson to try and come over the top of him. Naylor hanging on. Stevenson won't quite get him. Naylor wins into a slight head breeze at 10.50. So Shane Naylor wins the Australian Championship again from Chad Stevenson and Gus Nakisha. A real contest there all the way up the straight. But Shane Naylor with a good start, Murray. He was with Nakisha earlier and always in front of Stevenson, and he was able to come through.
Naylor's strength and power in the middle was paramount. He passed the fast-starting New Zealander, established the break, and was able to withstand the challenge of the big boy Stevenson. So it's Naylor at the tape, Stevenson second, and Nikisha up third.
Unofficial time 10.50, but the breeze against them today, so any chance of qualifying for the Olympic Games really went in the conditions. Shane Naylor has been a great sprinter over the last 3 or 4 years here in Australia, has represented us at the World Indoors, and today has come through to win. Max Stevens with Shane.
And congratulations, a great effort.
Thanks very much. Yeah, I might find my way back into the relay team now.
Well, you must be pretty pleased with the way you performed.
Yeah, I am. I've been running pretty well all season, and I'm happy to get a good run out today.
Well, tell me, the haircut and the glasses, is it all part to put the opposition off?
Oh, not really. Haircuts, it feels good. The glasses, because the glasses are excellent glasses, and they keep the sun in my eyes, which means I don't have that problem to worry about.
Well done today, mate.
Thank you very much.
Conditions look great there. That can be deceptive because although it was blue skies and a beautiful day, the breeze had come up, and that did spoil things as far as the competitors were concerned for fast times today. But it didn't upset the winners. They've got the blue riband in those events.
President David Prince, and they were told that they must cut it out. It was interesting, they didn't draw them together in the same lanes, but I've heard of rivalry in athletics between Ben Johnson and Carl Lewis, but this is ridiculous.
All right, let's talk about some of the highlights, and Melinda Gainsford, well, she's going for the double today.
She's outstanding, Sandy. She's really been the revelation. It's interesting, as a 17, 18 and 19-year-old, she was kept in the under-20 division. A lot of people criticised her coach, Jackie Burns. She's come through this year. She's run a number of qualifiers in the 200, and on Friday ran a qualifier in the 100. She's the best sprinter we've had, I think, since Raylene Ball. She's very exciting. Let's go to the 100 metres yesterday. Kerry Johnson, the favourite with Melinda Gainsford. They're running into a strong headwind.
Set.
OK, got a good clean start. Johnson leading Gainsford clearly, and Moore and Overton. Gainsford to come home over the top of Johnson and Moore. Gainsford flashing at Moore. Gainsford and Moore, they're going to hit it together. Gainsford, I think's won. Yes, she has. Too strong in the end, and Johnson third. Well, a great performance. Slowly away. Johnson clearly in front of her early, but Jane, this is a good talent, isn't it, Melinda Gainsford?
She is a great talent, and I think the problem there, Kerry did have a break against her. Didn't get her usual quick start. She would usually lead the field well and truly at about the 40-metre mark, but she didn't and paid the price for it.
Yeah, she's the new golden girl of Australian sprinting, and after the race, Max Stevens asked Melinda about the future.
Well, I'm going to America hopefully on the 1st of April for 3 weeks with the relay team, the Australian relay team. And then I'll get into hard training and then peak again for Barcelona.
Well, Melinda, thanks for your time today. Lovely girl to speak with.
Thanks, Max.
So Melinda Gainsford going for the 200 today. That's her best event. Men's 100, well, we've already set up what happened in the hour before between Shane Naylor and Brett Levy. Let's go to the final again into a strong headwind. Line up for the men's 100-metre final. Jackson of New South Wales in 1, Mapstone in 2, Western Australia. Levy, Queensland 3, Naylor, Victoria 4, Nikisha of New Zealand 5, Stevenson, New South Wales 6, Rowan, Victoria 7, and Crane of Victoria in lane 8. So Shane Naylor in 4 and Chad Stevenson in 6. Maury Plant look to be the two favourites.
The New Zealander, Nikisha, will go out very quickly. It'll be up to Naylor and Stevenson to run him down. There's a lot of needle in this race. Naylor and Levy, Stevenson, all wanting the crown.
10:30, the qualifying time. Away, Nikisha away. Well, Naylor got a good start, so did Stevenson. Levy not so good. Naylor in a winning position. Stevenson to try and come over the top of him. Naylor hanging on. Stevenson won't quite get him. Naylor wins into a slight head breeze at 10.50. So Shane Naylor wins the Australian Championship again from Chad Stevenson and Gus Nikisha. A real contest there all the way up the straight. But Shane Naylor with a good start, Murray. He was with Nikisha earlier and always in front of Stevenson, and he was able to come through.
Naylor's strength and power in the middle was paramount. He passed the fast-starting New Zealander, established a break, and was able to withstand the challenge of the big boy Stevenson. So it's Naylor at the tape, Stevenson second, and Nikisha up third.
Shane hasn't qualified for the Olympics. I doubt whether he'll be selected unless it's in the relay team. To the hammer throw, this man will be going to Barcelona, Sean Carlin.
Into the ring steps Sean Carlin, the event leader in the hammer throw. His best throw to date, 73 metres 22. Sean Carlin has been pre-selected for the Barcelona Olympics. And let's see what he can do here. The hammer throw, a combination of speed, strength, technique and balance. He's into his spin. Moves across the circle. Let's go with that big hammer. And he's batched that out there, and that's right on Olympic qualifying. That looks to be right on the 74-metre mark.
Sean won the Commonwealth Games with his final throw in 1990 and was a finalist at the World Championships last year. Men's 400 metres has been a disappointing event this season, with Darren Clark injured and Paul Green now injured, but Mark Garner's on the up. Line up for the 400 final. Mark Garner in 4 is the hot favourite here. 45.90 the qualifying time. Kajelis in 3 and Call in 5 could be the dangers. Away. And Garner, you'd expect a show out here in lane 4. So from the outside, it's Colbert of Victoria, Barbo of Papua New Guinea in 7. In 6, Aston of South Australia, Call of Victoria in 5. Garner in lane 4, Kajelis in 3, Ryan in 2 from Queensland, and then 1 Hooker of New South Wales. So from the view from lane 8 down, and Mark Garner is 4th on the right, and he's run a pretty good first 200. Kajelis and also Call are up there with him, and Kajelis not far behind Garner, in fact right with him on the turn, and Call about a metre away. Garner's strength and skill should come through here, though. Kajelis in front as they straighten. Garner's going to have to pull out something here. He does pull it out, goes up alongside Kajelis and then Call. And Garner on a limited preparation is going to come away and run a pretty good road time. 46.05. Kajelis an excellent second, and Call in 3rd placing. Yes, Mark made the final in Tokyo last year and has been pre-selected. It's taken it pretty easy this year. He's getting himself ready for Barcelona. Women's 400, probably the race of the day. Kathy Freeman going out far too fast in the first 200 metres and Sharon Stewart coming through. Great interest on this race. It should be one of the highlights. And away, Poetska from 8, in 7 Hannigan, in 6 Naylor, in lane 5 Stewart, 4 Freeman, who's gone out very hard, Lock in 3, Andrews 2, and in lane 1 Broderick. Good view there for Renee Poetska, who made the semi-finals last year at the World Championships. In lane 8, Hannigan in 7. G. Freeman has blown them away in lane 4. You can see her there in the middle of the screen. She's way out in front. Poetska's also put it on the line, and Stewart way behind them. Well, has Freeman gone too quickly, too early? She has a clear lead from Poetska. In 3rd placing is Stewart, but they're well behind, and then Andrews and Locke. Freeman has an enormous advantage into the straight. She's way out in front. Stewart's finishing very strongly, though, and Kathy's tying up. She did go too early. Locke finishing well with Poetska, and Stewart's coming away. And Raylene, you predicted this, her strength in the last little bit. Locke's going to be 2nd, and 3rd Freeman. And an upset result there. 51.31. Gee, the time is terrific.
Fast time for Sharon Stewart. Very fast time.
Yes, only 3 women, Marie Holland, Debbie Flintoff-King and Raylene Boyle have run faster than that. Kathy Freeman's still somebody to watch. She has a rare talent. The discus, Daniela Costian has been quite outstanding this year. She was 5th at the World Championships last year and dominated yesterday.
So here is Daniela Costian. Qualified many times for the Olympics, pre-selected for Barcelona. She spins and flips that discus out, and that is well over the Olympic qualifying, well over 60 metres. Fabulous performance from Daniela Costian.
Yes, out over 63, her Australian record 66.06. Daniela thinks she might win the gold medal in Barcelona, and she'll be in with a shot. So that was some of the highlights yesterday, Sandy. Some excellent performances, but there was a very, very close race, the 5,000 metres. And after this break, we'll be back and talking to the man who won by one. You won now. You've won, what, a 1,500 right through to the marathon in Australian Championships.
Yeah, I've picked up a few national titles over the years of various distances. I've got a lot of versatility, I think.
There's a great deal of discussion after the race as to whether you or Pat had won. What was your feeling?
I thought I might have just got it, but I wanted to hear it over the intercom that I actually did get it, so I was a bit nervous, but a few people said I had it, so I was just waiting for the official word.
Andy, let's go to the start of the race. There was quite a bit of discussion before the race that there'll be some tactics used against you because you are a sit sprinter, and I mean, it's been documented in the past that Ron Clark's been quite critical of the fact that you haven't taken the lead and haven't gone out and tried for records where he feels that you have the ability, that you sit back. But yesterday you caused the first surprise by going to the front in the early stages. Was this a preconceived plan?
Yeah, my coach and I, Dick Telford, sat down before the race. We worked out, well, what are these guys going to be up to? And we thought, well, they're probably going to try and push the pace hard early on. I thought, well, I might as well get out there and do 2.5, 3 laps and throw a spanner in the works, and I think it worked.
The qualifying time for Barcelona is 13:27:30. You achieved that in Melbourne last week. Now, you just missed it last night. Did you feel that that was relevant yesterday, or was the most important thing winning a national title?
I think winning the national title was the #1 priority, and if a good time came from it, so be it. But I think winning was the #1 priority.
Now, this field contained a great deal of depth, because not only did we have 5,000-metre runners, we had a marathon runner and a 10,000-metre runner in Steve Monaghetti, and we had the fastest miler Australia's ever produced in Simon Doyle. Where did you think the dangers would come from?
I always thought it would be Pat Carroll.
Who's in third place at the moment.
Possibly Dave Evans, who's a young bloke who's come up through the ranks. I don't know how he was going to back up two races very close together. I think that was basically it. I thought Monaghetti would be very tough in the earlier stages, but not much chop over the last lap.
I'm sure Steve would like to hear that. We see Steve there at the end of the screen. So it's Andrew leading from David Evans and Pat Carroll, then Simon Doyle fourth, and in fifth placing Higgins. Now, there is a real rivalry between you and Monaghetti, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, it's been Sydney versus Melbourne over the years.
Well, he'll say Ballarat, won't
he? Yeah, same sort of area. Just knock each other off every now and then is good for the sport, I think.
But there's also a philosophical difference between the way you train and your attitude towards the sport.
Yeah, we're two different types of runners. Basically, Mona's is a real gutsy strength runner, where I'm a more speed-orientated runner. I think it's over the last year where I've actually done some marathon training. I've actually got that strength and been able to take some laps. This year I've run 5Ks, won them all, and done all but one, and done a lot of the leading. So it's shown that I can do both now.
Well, speaking of leading, that's what Steve Monaghetti did halfway through the race. Andrew expected him to make a move, and this is when he did it. And he got a big gap on Pat Carroll and yourself. The feeling here, I mean, there must be a point where you can't let Monaghetti get any further ahead. This is a replay we went back to. Doyle was leading. He'd made the pace after you'd done it in the first couple of laps, and now Monaghetti makes this decisive break. Does panic set in here when somebody gets away with such a long lead?
Not really. He got away and then he stayed that distance, and it's still early on in the race, so you've got to really be very conservative in a 5K and not get too excited. He seemed to have a big lead there, but I knew over the closing stages it's a long way out, and eventually he's going to get tired, and again he's only got about a 60-61 second last lap, so he had about 2 or 3 seconds up his sleeve at that stage.
Well, that was with 4 laps to go, so you worked together with Pat Carroll and Peter O'Donoghue and reeled him in. But coming to the bell, I thought O'Donoghue would win. He's the top New Zealand 1,500-metre run. I thought you were too far behind him.
Well, see, O'Donoghue's moved up to 5Ks and a lot of the 1,500-metre boys. And they've got a great deal of speed, but how much speed can they produce at the end of a 5K? A lot of them lose it. And my main worry was more Pat Carroll than O'Donoghue, and as you saw at the end, it was the way I thought it would be.
Very, very close. Let's go to the final lap of the 5,000 metres. Well, don't count Lloyd out. Monaghetti leads by 4 metres with a lap to go. In second placing, O'Donoghue, who's going smoothly, isn't he? I doubt whether Lloyd can give O'Donoghue that sort of a start. In fact, O'Donoghue's the man at the bell. Goes past Monaghetti now. Will Carroll and Lloyd come home over the top?
They will come home over the top. Monas is struggling hard. He'll fight on. He's resilient. Carroll's moving, and now moving into the back straight. Lloyd will pull out for that famous kick of his.
Well, this is the last 300 metres. It's been a fascinating 5,000. Here comes Lloydie. Here comes the famous charge. Will O'Donoghue be able to resist it? O'Donoghue 3 metres, 2 metres, 1.5 metres. Lloyd about to take him now.
Pat Carroll travelling with him. Pat Carroll has an awesome kick as well.
Well, what a finish. O'Donoghue being tackled now by Lloyd, and Carroll is about to come off both of them. Lloyd leads Carroll. It's a slogging finish. They're winding it up. Carroll sees Lloyd in his sights and wants him. Lloyd 1/2 metre in front. Carroll can't quite get to him. Now draws level.
Carroll will get him.
Lloyd and Carroll. What a finish. Carroll and Lloyd. Lloyd finds something. Lloydie wins. He just beat Carroll. He's done it, Lloydie. It was a great finish. Magnificent running. Third, O'Donoghue. In 4th placing would have been Monaghetti, then Dalton and Higgins and Doyle. That's one of the best finishes you've ever seen. Well, 1/100th of a second. You look pretty tired there, but you felt you'd won?
Yeah, I thought I just got the dip.
Not often you have to dip in a 5,000. That's Carl Lewis's tactic, isn't it?
I think that'd have to be, well, probably the closest national 5K ever. So it was a very close race. Pat Carroll, he put it really hard to me, and it was a very close race.
Now, the team selected tonight. You expect to be in the 5,000, obviously, after that performance.
I hope to. Selectors, and you just got to wait until see what they say.
And your wife, Carolyn Shawallow, who injured herself on Thursday night, has a stress fracture in her foot. What's her immediate future? Well,
she's going to have 2 weeks off, and it's a very minor stress fracture. It's they grade stress fractures in 1 to 4, and the least stress fracture is a number 1, which she's got. She's got it in a tibia or fibia. I don't know which bone it is. Right. But it's a bone that heals very quick, so it'll be a very quick recovery. Well, you'll both be in Barcelona. Well, Mobile have provided this graphic from yesterday, some of the qualifiers from the National Championships. Melinda Gainsford, you can see, has qualified twice again, once in the 100 and once in the 200, and they include Johnson Gainsford, Gail Luke, who was excellent in the 400 hurdles, and Sharon Stewart with her very fast 51.32. So, Sandy, it was an outstanding day of track and field. The big highlights today, the 200 metres for men and women, Capobianco in the 200 for men, and Gainsford versus Freeman and Moore in the 200 for women.
Thank you, Bruce. Yes, we look forward to that.
Assured of a spot in the team is Sydney sprinter Melinda Gainsford, who backed up today to take out the sprint double in the national titles.
Yesterday, she powered home to take the 100 metres in an upset. Today, Melinda Gainsford was a hot favourite to add the 200.
Well, Gainsford a clear-cut winner. It looks to be pretty fast. It's a very good time.
For the 20-year-old Sydney sider, it was another Olympic qualifying mark.
I'm always happy to break under 23. I'm happy with that time because that win seemed pretty strong.
In the men's 200 metres, Dean Capobianco was the form runner, but he didn't have it all his own way in one of the day's best contests.
Marsh is hanging on to him, but Capper will win again, and it's a good run and a fast time.
Tim Forsyth, 2 metres 33. This, a new national record. He's over! He's got it! That is a new national record for Tim
The Olympic qualifying mark for the pole vault is 5.50 metres. South Australia's Simon Arkell had it set at 5.55 when he launched into this.
And he's over.
Australia's Olympic track and field team will be announced at a gala dinner later this evening. Andrew Kay, 7 Nightly News.
Tasmania's John Bower took a leisurely Sunday drive in his Ford Sierra at Melbourne's Sandown Raceway today to win the second round sweep of the feature sprint races.
The country girl from Narromine won the 100 yesterday. Over twice that distance today, she was just as impressive, and this her first senior title.
Gainsford a clear-cut winner. It looks to be pretty fast.
In the men's 200, Dean Capobianco blitzed his opposition on the way to Barcelona as well.
But Capper will win again, and it's a good run and a fast time.
Over the 5,000 metres last night, Commonwealth champion Andrew Lloyd used different tactics to his trademark wait-and-see approach.
Well, there's the first surprise. Andrew Lloyd in front.
Lloyd maintained a healthy break until marathon specialist Steve Monaghetti blasted to a 30-metre lead with 6 laps to go. He faded, leaving Lloyd
Here comes the famous charge.
and Pat Carroll to slug out the final sprint.
What a finish. Carroll and Lloyd. Lloyd finds something. Lloyd, he wins.
That's our weekend in sport. Thank you, Dean.
Thanks, Andrew. Well,
New Commonwealth and Australian record. He starts to power down the runway. Plants and goes for the big bend. Up, and he just missed. That is very, very close. Very, very close. He had all the power working for him. He planted the big pole, worked the big bend, got on his back, rotated, hit it with the knees, grabbed it, but it didn't stay on. So Simon Arkell finishes the competition with the best jump, 5 metres 55, another Olympic qualifier.
Well, he does have a thirst for records. He missed out today, Arkell, but that 5.75, I'm sure he'll get the Commonwealth record in the near future. To the men's discus, favourite here, Werner Rita, but not quite in his best form.
Australia's only qualifier in the discus, Werner Rita, looking for Olympic qualifying here today. And he flips that one out, just short of the 64-metre mark. It looks to be over 60 metres.
Werner Rita are taking out the gold medal, just below his top form today. But speaking of form, the men's high jump looked to be one of the form events on the program.
Bruce, we've got 4 qualifiers for the Olympic Games in this event. 4 people over 2 metres 28, and someone's going to miss out on Olympic selection.
Well, who would it be, and can this Australian record go of 2:31, held by Tim Forsyth?
Tim Forsyth, 2 metres 33. This, a new national record. He's over. He's got it. That is a new national record for Tim Forsyth, the boy from Terrelgan in Victoria.
Well, Tim, a very, very happy man today.
Oh, you kidding? Am I right? Yeah, I'm stoked. Greatest high jump competition in Australia ever. Like 3 guys over 31. What more can I say?
Well, were you surprised personally?
I was feeling big today. I was feeling like a big one. But yeah, I mean the other 2 up there. I mean I guess those 2 are feeling big ones as well because like we've all jumped exceptionally well.
Well, what's going to be your preparation over the next couple of months as a high jumper?
Well, I've got 2 months off now. 2 weeks off, sorry, and then like with my coach Sandro said, I will just sort of build a base sort of slowly for the Olympics and the pre-Olympics tour.
Well, for the 2nd consecutive year at the Australian titles, Tim Forsyth has jumped a national record. Maury, is that the best high jump competition you've seen by Australians in Australia?
Never seen anything like that before, Bruce. 3 men equalling the Australian record of 2:31, and then Tim Forsyth going on to set new figures, 2:33, and so close at 2:37.
Yes, he's not without a chance in Barcelona. 2 years ago, Tim won the silver medal at the World Junior Championships. At that same competition, Rowan Robinson won the gold medal in the 400 hurdles. He was the favourite today. Outstanding field for the final of the 400 hurdles for men. Simon Hollingsworth in lane 1, a qualifier already. Stuart Todd in 2, Lee Miller in 3, Olympian. Manish Pillay in 4, the junior champion from yesterday. Tony Briggs of Victoria in 5. Rowan Robinson, the world junior champion in 6. Favourite here to win. Malcolm Bolt in lane 7. And Katsuki of Japan in lane 8. Well, Maury, we should look for Robinson early and Hollingsworth to come home.
Hollingsworth handed Robinson a rare defeat in Melbourne a couple of weeks ago. Robinson since bounced back. Hollingsworth not in a good lane, lane 1. Expect Robinson to go out very quickly.
OK, so we look for him in 6. So Katsuki out in lane 8. In 7, Bolt. Robinson in lane 6. Briggs in 5. Pillay in 4. Then Miller. Hollingsworth's gone out very hard because he's taken Todd early. So we look from the outside. There's Robinson fairly flying, as you'd expect, in lane 6. He's already gone past Bolt. Hollingsworth out in lane 1 is also right of screen, gone out hard, but you can see that Robinson's a clear leader. Qualifying time is 50.00. Robinson leading. Hollingsworth made a bit of a mistake there with 3 flights now to go over. Robinson leading Briggs. Hollingsworth well and truly out of it. And Hollingsworth again makes a mistake. And Robinson looking for a fast time, and Briggs to come home in second placing from Pillay. Hollingsworth's made a terrible mess at the second last. Robinson leading. Briggs finishing well. Robinson's going to hang on. Let's see for the time. Are they inside 50? Well, they are. 49.93 for Robinson. Second Briggs, third Pillay. And poor Hollingsworth certainly lane 1 not suiting him, not doing his Barcelona hopes any good at all. But there's a clear-cut winner, and Rowan Robinson on his way to the Olympic Games.
It was a race of mistakes, Bruce. Rowan Robinson absolutely smashed the first hurdle. 200 metres to go. Simon Hollingsworth nearly fell. I think he must have caught the plinth on the inside of the track. But Robinson recovered from his early troubles, stormed up the back straight, and from then on he was never headed.
Well, Rowan, congratulations. A great effort there. Just having a look at the race, you started well, and then to the back straight, that's when you made your move.
Well, I didn't get to the first hurdle too well. I knocked it pretty seriously, so sort of really had to try and get back to what I had planned on doing.
Well, everything's going according to plan for you from the World Juniors through to this today.
Well, last year I tore my Achilles tendon in mine away, and that set me back a long way. I wasn't able to hurdle at the World Championships this year. And about 6-8 weeks ago, I tore my psoas and adductor, my groin, and I missed most of the first half of the season. But you know, I'm just really pleased that I can still come out and do that, and hopefully, you know, that should get me into the team.
Rowan Robinson, one of the stars of the sport, will be in Barcelona and may be in the 4x400 metre relay team as well as the hurdles. Speaking of hurdles, the women's 100 metre hurdles has been dominated by West Australians this year, particularly Jane Moyes. Women's 100 metre hurdles final, and West Australians dominate here, particularly Jane Moyes in lane 3. She's been the outstanding competitor. Bruce is in 1, Starcevic 2, Moyes 3, Hegney 4, Lauren Day 5, Wilson 6, Jack 7, Watkins 8. Away, Moyes got a pretty good start. Starcevic away well in lane 2. And in lane 4, Hegney's got out very quick to just lead Moyes. There together, the two Western Australians, Moyes and Hegney. Moyes just in front of Hegney and coming away to win. Qualifying time's 13.30. She's just missed it, 13.52, but a good one considering they've run into a 2.2 metre headwind. So Jane's continued her domination, but that time, Murray, she had a real battle with Hegney.
Hegney is getting closer, but Jane's experience really came to tell over the last couple of hurdles.
Good start for Hegney. She just shaded Moyes, as you can see, 4 and 3. Lead leg, now they're about level at halfway.
Stride for stride at halfway. Hegney slightly the rougher, throwing her body around a little bit, and Moyes very composed under pressure as she charges for the line.
Unluckily for Jane, into a headwind and missing out on the Olympic qualifying time, and it's doubtful whether she'll be selected in the squad, but we'll know that tomorrow morning. Middle distance races coming up after this. Will Pat Scammell win his first Australian title, and can Jodie Hebbard pull off the big double?
Could be any time of day. Starting fresh, nature's best that you can taste. When you're on your way, need a break, need a snack to sustain. All around Australia, you can hear them say, it's Mac time now, time for McDonald's in Australia's best. Coming to you fresh. It's Mac time now for McDonald's.
Hayley Lewis, world champion, gold medal winner for Australia. Her energy source, Lucozade.
Buying carpet at Solomon's is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Ho ho! Yes, right now you can carpet any 3 rooms of your home for the one low Solomon's price, including carpet, underlay and laying.
And you get a choice of 3 great carpets.
Quality cut and loop any 3 rooms, $7.99. Wool blend Berber any 3 rooms, $8.99. Luxurious soft plush any 3 rooms, only $9.99.
That's carpet, underlay and laying, and you can buy now and pay in June.
Save in style at Solomon's.
I've worked for 2 banks, one that charged cheque fees and one that doesn't. And it's clear from what the customers say which one's better. When you have a cheque link account with us at Advance Bank, you can write as many cheques as you like and it won't cost you a cent. So if you're paying bank fees where you are, don't complain to them, complain to me. I can do something about it.
A bank with a no-fees cheque account? Now that's an Advance Bank.
What'll it be? One of those, thanks.
Pass the peanuts, mate.
Sure. What's with the elephant?
He came in and asked for one of these 4X light bitters.
And what happened then?
He drank it and asked for another one.
What did you say?
I said, how come you're so fond of this 4X light bitter? He said, because it's chill filtered, to lock in the flavour.
I bet you were amazed.
I'll say, he usually drinks heavies.
4X Light Bitter, the only light beer that's serious.
Kellogg's cornflakes, it couldn't cost more than, what, 20 cents a bowl. I mean, I spend anywhere upwards of $3 to $5 on lunch, and that's just for sandwiches or a little tub of pasta. And yet for breakfast, something that gets me through until lunchtime, cost me 20 cents. It's like, it's great. I mean, I'm no king. I have no huge salaries, and so, you know, who could ask for more than 20 cents a bowl?
Kellogg's cornflakes, because the simple things in life are often the best. They're young and in love. Let's get married. But are they rushing in?
You have got it all worked out, haven't you?
What will their friends think?
You want to hear something really earth-shattering?
And a doctor fights for a mentally disturbed girl.
I don't know what's been going on here.
I wish she was dead.
Can he win the battle for his patient's life?
There's a place for psychosurgery. It's barbaric.
A country practice, Monday.
The car that parks itself. The car that drives itself.
The gimmicks, gadgets and gizmos.
The cars of tomorrow on Beyond 2000, Tuesday.
Welcome back to Adelaide on what's been a beautiful autumn day. Good crowds in attendance, and they've enjoyed the athletics. Women's 800 metres, a bit down this year. Our top girls, Sharon Stewart's decided to go for the 400 metres, and there's been no real major breakthrough. Jodie Hebbard has been the form 1500 metre runner. She's very strong, and she's expected to challenge Sophie Scomps in the last 100 metres in this event. 800 final for women. Duperuzal in 1, Webster 2, Scomps 3, Parr 4, Dawson 5, Collins in 6, Lee 7, Hebbard in 8. And the keys here look to be Jodie Hebbard, who has already won 1 national title this week in the 1500 metres, and Sophie Scomps. Hebbard in lane 8, Scomps in lane 3. Hebbard on the left of camera, and Scomps just out of shot on the right. You can just see her there now leading. First 100 metres in lanes, and then they come across. And Maury Scomps, World Junior gold medalist in that relay team from Plovdiv, and Hebbard's made this tremendous comeback to racing.
Well, Hebbard we hadn't heard about for quite a number of years. She was a child prodigy under the name of Jodie Nyquist from Queensland. She's come back this year. She's won a national title at 1500 metres. She's qualified for the Olympic Games. It's not really her best event, the 800 metres, and she's sure to give Sophie Scomps a very good run for it. Scomps would probably have the edge in pace, Hebbard the edge in strength.
So line of 3, Hebbard on the outside, running in lane 2, in the centre Duperuzal, Scomps on the inside of those, then Melanie Collins, Sally Lee, Sandra Dawson, and at the back is Nicole Webster. The first lap is 1:03.57. The qualifying here is 2:01.30, so they're already well and truly out of touch, and it's doubtful whether Australia will have a representative in Barcelona in this event. Scomps leading from Hebbard. In third placing is Dawson, another Queenslander, then Duperuzal in the West Australian strip. Just behind those, Parr and also Lee and Webster. Scomps striding out well, and Hebbard will try and make it as hard as possible from as far out as possible.
Now, Scomps, even though she's been leading for a greater part of this lap, she's really controlled it up the back straight and hasn't really gone for the doctor as yet. But now she comes in with 150 to go, and she's starting to turn on the pace. Can Hebbard match it?
Well, Hebbard in second placing and Dawson in third placing. Scomps running like a winner at the moment. It's 2 metres in front of Hebbard and Dawson. Now, Hebbard will keep coming, and Scomps may tie up here. Hebbard's going to challenge very late. Scomps feels Hebbard coming up alongside of her, and Hebbard will worry her out. Well, Scomps looking a winner, and Hebbard's come through. 2:04.35. Scomps second and Dawson third. So, well, Scomps was winding it up with 150 to go and really looked as if she'd be safe. But Jodie Hebbard, well, the fairy tale continues here, Maury, because not only has she won the 1500, she's won the 800. But at this moment, it looks Scomps.
Well, if you're a betting person, you'd want to be on Scomps. She'd strided clear, very stylish runner, but then suddenly Hebbard dug deep, Scomps started to tire, the stride started to shorten, and Hebbard just kept coming.
Hebbard winning from Scomps and Dawson. So Jodie Hebbard, who was an outstanding teenager when, in the maiden name of Jodie Nyquist, she went out of athletics for a number of years, and this season has come back, qualified in the 1500 and won that national title, and now she's out of the 800 of that. So she does look to be Barcelona bound. For Sophie Scomps, well, she'll have to wait, and maybe Commonwealth Games, and then Atlanta in 96.
Well, the time was pretty slow, but it was a stirring victory by Jodie Hebbard to pull off the 800-1500 metre double. Simon Doyle's the top 1500 metre runner in Australia. This year, he's decided to run at 5,000 metres. For strength, he'll go for the 1500 metres in Barcelona. It's paved the way for Pat Scammell, who for so long has been a bridesmaid at Australian National Championships. He was the hot favourite today.
Men's 1500 metre final, and the favourites here include Darren Abbott, Dean Paulin, Glenn Ritchie and Pat Scammell. And as we pick them up in the back straight in this 1500 metre final with just over a lap and a half to go, there has been a fall earlier in the race. Ian Leach has come down. Pat Scammell going for his first national title, which might surprise a lot of people, leads from Darren Abbott. In third placing is Michael Deere, but Scammell leading, the veteran. He's been to a couple of Olympic Games, 3 Commonwealth Games. Abbott in second placing. Hannigan in third placing, the young man from Tasmania who was second in the under-20 championship last year. And Dean Paulin, who may have been mixed up in that crash, and Julian Painter just off the back. Ritchie's dropped out, which is a bit of a surprise. Maury, can Scammell win his first Australian title at the Bell?
Well, you'd think so, Bruce. He's well clear at the moment. He's running very confidently. It's whether these others can now go with him. Scammell starting to open up. 350 metres to go. He's experienced and he's run the fast times.
Well, he's winding it up here, Scammell, and that's what he should do, because he's easily the fastest man in the field. Abbott in second place has broken the 4-minute mile this season, but Scammell did run 3:55 in Melbourne not long ago. Hannigan in third place, and then Paulin. But Scammell starting to open up now in the back straight. The qualifying time is 3:37. They've probably just missed that, but it's still pretty good running here by Scammell as he winds away from Abbott. He was the bridesmaid to Mike Hillard for a number of years, and then when Hillard retired, along came Simon Doyle. But at long last, Pat
Scammell's going to be rewarded with a national title, and he's going to do it in style. Abbott second, Hannigan third, and then Painter. Watch for the time here. Scammell's well outside the qualifying time, but he may have run himself into the Olympic Games because it's been a clear-cut victory. 3:43, Abbott gets second, Hannigan third. Scammell's happy about that, and he should be. It was a dominating performance, a race where he went to the front with a lap and 3/4 to go, and then slowly but surely wound it up on the opposition. Now, this is the fall with just under 2 laps to go. Ian Leach, the Victorian, who's in the yellow strip in about 5th placing. You see him just go down now. Now, very fortunately, everybody was able to get over the top of him. Unfortunate there for Leach, so that was a problem there. And here's Scammell stretching Abbott and Hannigan.
Well, Pat Scammell, as you said, so long the Cinderella story, but he's running with confidence now, and look at him go, stretching out, and he's really showing the class that we've always known he's had.
So Scammell, clear-cut winner from Abbott, and Hannigan third, and Pat celebrates over the line. So this man who's been to 2 Olympic Games and 3 Commonwealth Games, has had an up-and-down career, has run a fastest time of 3:35, or 3:34.6 this season at 3:35. Today wins very easily. Pat Scammell's domination in the 1,500 metres is matched by Sean Crichton's in the steeplechase. Sean had a tremendous 1991 by taking out the gold medal in the World Student Games. He's clearly the favourite in this event. Concluding stages of the men's 3,000 metres steeplechase. Sean Crichton way out on his own as he's been most of this season. Had a tremendous result last year at the World Student Games where he won the gold medal. Ran at the World Championships in Tokyo, has qualified for the Olympic Games and looks certain to be on his way. Again, a very good time, not inside the qualifying today, but he's had to do it all on his own in warm and slightly blustery conditions, and it's a quality performance again by Crichton. He's over 100 metres in front, 8:32.04, and considering his excellence and his consistency, he should be on the way to Barcelona. So the favourites winning the middle distance events. I wonder who will win the 200 metres for men and women. We've got Gainsford versus Freeman and Moore in the 200 for women. Capobianco up against Marsh in the men's. We'll find out after this.
For the option of a day-to-day bank account that gives you the option of no bank fees and the option of high interest. An account that offers so many options that now you can choose exactly what you want. For the options the old banking system never gave you. For whatever reason. There is no other bank like Medway Bank. You've never had a better reason to change.
This is a beer that will not help you represent Queensland in a state of origin clash. It's not going to get you any closer to that girl you've been after for months. It's not going to make you a rodeo champion, thank goodness. And it's not going to make you a sun-bronzed Ironman. It won't even make you rich and famous. It's not the secret of life. It's beer. Look, you drink it, you enjoy it. Get real. Have a malt 75.
I wanna feel, I wanna look, the way I wanna be.
I love to buy fresh things first thing. I love to buy clever. And I love the people who love to sell you things. And if it's triangular, I've just got to have it. But that's me all over.
That's Katie's, that's me.
I've got some questions, and you'll know the answers. Like, who gives you the best range of the best names in consumer electronics? Who guarantees the lowest prices, all with a money-back guarantee? And who has the expert staff to help you make the right choice? The answer is Brash's. Now for the big one. Where can you take home a brand new TV, video, hi-fi, camcorder or computer, free today, then pay today's price in September? Of course, the answer is Brash's. Brash's call this 6 months free lay-by at home. Right, mate? And here's how it works. Take your pick from Brash's huge range of famous brand TVs. All the latest hi-fi systems, a fantastic selection of videos, top names in computers. And look at all these camcorders. Take it home today, pay nothing now, no deposit, no charges, then pay today's price in September. 6 months free lay-by at home, but only till March 28th, so you'll have to hurry. Where? The answer is Brash's.
Could be any time of day. Start fresh,
games of the 25th Olympiad, and Brisbane 7 News joins the Australian team to report on the world's premier sports events with exclusive access to the drama in Barcelona. The Summer Olympics, the Olympics the whole world will watch.
Presenting the Olympics Gold Lotto. Wouldn't it be nice?
Guerrilla war on Australia's doorstep. Bougainville's fight for independence. A Frontline exclusive. Real life. 6:30 Monday following 7 Nightly News.
One of the most exciting things to happen to track and field in Australia this season has been the emergence of Melinda Gainsford. She's already won the 100 metres. Maury Plant, she is the favourite in the 200.
Bruce, it's going to be a question of how fast she can go and whether Moore and Freeman can be with her.
OK, let's see if Gainsford can set up a break in the first 100 metres of the women's 200 metres final. Great deal of anticipation here for the women's 200 final. Lee Naylor in 1, Tanya Van Heert 2, Melissa Moore 3, Susan Huff in 4, Melinda Gainsford 5 and Catherine Freeman 6, Esther Paolo in 7, Jodie Lambert 8. So the two people who dead heated last year in this race, Freeman and Paolo in 6 and 7. But here's the favourite Gainsford, who won the 100 on the opening day, and Maury Plant, she's been very exciting. Tremendous future, and in this race with Moore drawn 3, Gainsford 5 and Freeman 6, we should see something very fast.
I think we're going to see something exceptionally fast here. The wind is blustering and buffeting. Hopefully it will slow down a bit, the wind, and give these sprinters an opportunity to really get into their work round the bend.
23:20 is the Olympic qualifying time, and 3 of the women have qualified, Moore, Gainsford and Freeman. So watch for Moore in 3, Gainsford 5, Freeman 6. Clean start, Gainsford away fast, Freeman got away pretty well, Paola, Gainsford and Moore are the best away though at 150, Gainsford quickly in front of Freeman, Moore's in second place and then Paola, Gainsford's 5 metres up on Freeman and Moore, watch for this time, Gainsford running strongly, she can get tired in the last 20, Moore second, Freeman coming home well, Gainsford a clear-cut winner, it looks to be pretty fast, it's a very good time again, maybe Freeman second in front of Moore, but Melinda's done it again, she's won the 100-200 double in 22.86, well and truly inside the qualifying time. Well, I guess, Maury, we were expecting something even quicker, but they were into a slight headwind and she really blew them away in the first 150.
Well, she used all her speed and balance on the bend, established a big lead and just powered home. We haven't seen running of this calibre since the days of Raylene Boyle and Denise Boyd. This is exceptional sprinting.
And Freeman may have got through for second. Yes, she is an exceptional talent, this 20-year-old. She won the under-20 championship 3 years in succession, was held back from the open ranks until this season, and has really been the revelation of this track and field season coming into the Olympic Games. Melinda Gainsford, winner of the 100 yesterday, and a clear-cut winner today.
Well, Melinda, the 100 and the 200. Now, the big question, what are your chances going to be in Barcelona? What are you going to concentrate on?
Well, I'll just see how it goes. I'll go on my training sessions for till June, July, and I'll make that decision at the end.
Well, there was a little bit of a headwind there. Were you expecting something a little quicker?
Oh, no, I'm happy with that. I'm always happy to break under 23. I'm happy with that time because that wind seemed pretty strong at the time, so I'm pleased. It's a hot day, so I'm happy with the run.
One of the faces of the future, Melinda Gainsford, taking up the 100 metres, 200 metres double. Watch for her on 7 in Barcelona. Men's 200 metres, Capobianco and Marsh, the two hot shots here. They'd saved themselves in the 100 to run in the half-lap event. Capobianco dominating here. Marsh should challenge him. The lineup in the 200 final, Ladbroke in 1, Aston 2, Douglas 3. Marsh and Capobianco in the middle lanes. Levy 6, Ballard 7, Carney in 8. Well, Maury Plant Marsh was impressive in the semi-final, but Capobianco has been the 200 man now for a couple of seasons.
Well, he's got the score on the board. He's the form horse. He's run very well. He's got a couple of Olympic qualifyings under his belt here in Australia. Quite a number from Europe last season. He's going to be the man to beat. But Marsh fancies his chances at this event. He forsook the 100 metres, and he's put all his eggs into one basket here to go with the 200 metres.
It's a good field, but Capobianco, who last season was outstanding. He made some great breakthroughs, including running 20.39 in Europe. He's run 20.62 in Australia this season. The qualifiers 20.80, and he really does fancy his chances to run very well in Barcelona and maybe eventually to move up to 400. Marsh, as Maury said, decided not to run the 100, where he would have been a slight favourite over Naylor, to try and qualify here. Now, the conditions are pretty good. The wind seems to have dropped, and the action should be in lanes 4 and 5. Capobianco just a little unsettled. Now he's right, and they're all set.
Set.
He was up pretty well, Capobianco. Carney in 8. Ballard in 7, then Levy. Capobianco's run the bend very fast, and so's Marsh. Capobianco puts it to Marsh. Ladbroke and then Douglas. Capobianco just in front of Marsh and Levy with 80 to go. Marsh can't quite get to Capobianco. Capobianco a half a stride in front. Marsh is hanging on to him, but Capa will win again. And it's a good run and a fast time, and Marsh is not far off qualifying. I reckon he has. I think we've got 2 qualifiers out of that. Great contest into a 1 metre head breeze. And they've run 20.56, the fastest time in Australia this season. And Marsh has pushed him all the way, Maury.
Yes, Capobianco ran a brilliant bend, but Marsh was very strong in the straight. Capobianco was forging ahead, but Marsh stuck to him, and he stuck to his task. His form was good. Capobianco striding out there, but I reckon Damien Marsh from Queensland's got an Olympic qualifier.
Brett Levy also has run very well, but here's Capobianco, who's defended his championship in style. Got very close together, the 2 athletes. As you could see, Marsh getting out towards the right of his lane and Capobianco to the left of his. But Capa winning. The Perth Dream, as Max Stevens talks to him.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with that. It just turned out to be a good race in the end, you know. Racing off the bend and Marsh was right at my shoulder. And they're the sort of races I love.
Well, you got a good start, and as you said, that performance around the bend has kept you going.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, you know, Marshy got out very, very well. You know, it's probably a big PB for Marshy there too. So, you know, to have guys like that racing with you now, it's a big bonus.
Dean Capobianco, one of the characters and the stars in athletics, and watch for him in the 200 metres in Barcelona and maybe in the 4x400 metre relay as well. Murray, what about the highlights?
Well, definitely the men's high jump. Tim Forsyth, new Australian record. The young schoolboy Loxley Thompson equalled the old Australian record, and the veteran David Anderson also equalling the Australian record.
Shouldn't forget some of the doubles, Hebbard in the 8 and 1500 and Gainsford in the 1 and 2.
Well, Hebbard's very strong, but this girl, Melinda Gainsford, she could be the new Raylene Boyle.
Well, there's a big statement. Maybe she is on her way to such heights. So we hope you've enjoyed the Australian Track and Field Championships. The squad for Barcelona will be announced tomorrow morning. Speaking of Barcelona, don't forget the Olympic trials and swimming coming up in the first weekend in April. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage from Adelaide.
This has been another 7 Sport production, the network of the...
Sitting here, destroying all. But I have to.
And still compete in Europe. It was the Grand Prix final, but I think we made the right choice.
Well, you certainly jumped very well in Seoul, despite the fact that a young British jumper, who we'll see in a moment, jumped even better. And for you, Kathy, there was a thought that you might not even go to Seoul for the World Juniors because of the hard program you've had. You pleased that you made the decision to go now?
Oh, for sure. I mean, before I went away to Barcelona, I figured, well, look, you know, I'll mentally prepare myself to compete at the World Juniors. But, like, as soon as I got back, I was feeling flat, and I think I was a bit drained.
I'm sure you would have been. It's such an experience, the Olympic Games in itself, plus the 6 weeks, and all the problems you had as part of that 400-metre team trying to work out just who would run in the race. Now, you swapped from the 400 to the 200. We're about to have a look at the final now, where you go from lane 5. Why did you run in the 200 at the World Juniors and not the 400, which has become your specialty event?
Well, after I arrived back from Barcelona, I had a full 3 weeks off, and so I'd lost a bit of fitness there. And considering I'm going to make an attempt at bringing my 200-metre time down this season in my build-up to World Champs. Maybe I'll win the 200 there. For the Commonwealth up the following year, I'd like to have the 400 because, like, as soon as I get my 200-metre time down, my 400 times will improve.
So you're looking for extra speed. Now, you're going to have to improve off the blocks. We can see you in lane 5, 4 from the left. Ling of China is 3 from the left. Merlene Fraser of Jamaica, you're 3rd and 4th in the straight. So, Kathy, you're going to have to work harder from the beginning, aren't you? I mean, you're steaming home here for a silver medal, but you could never get close enough to the Chinese girl to make a tie up.
Technically, it wasn't a fantastic race. Start was, you know, a bit slow. You know, a lot of people pointed it out to me, and I know it myself, so, you know, I was constantly reminded that.
But you're such a smooth mover. I mean, you say technically it wasn't all that good. You're so good to watch as an athlete. It must give you some sort of an edge. Yeah, it is, actually. Well, there's the result. You were just outside your best time. The big disappointment was the American girl, Marion Jones, who didn't even finish in the top 6. Her best time's 22:58, and she didn't figure it all. So a silver medal, you must be, as you said, you're delighted with that, and you've got to...
I think I've grown up a lot because of my experience in Barcelona. I was a lot more relaxed and didn't, you know, I sort of became aggressive once I got to the start line. I didn't sort of waste my energy on getting nervous or sort of... I had fun for a change.
Well, that's what it's all about. I think that's when you produce your best, when you do have fun. For you, Tim, was it fun? Because you had so much more pressure, I felt, than even Kathy on you. As an Olympic bronze medalist going into World Juniors, people will say, well, he's a walk-up star.
Everyone expected, that it was just going to be a blowout victory.
So was it tougher for you in Seoul than it was in Barcelona?
Well, a few days before, I started to feel a bit of pressure, and a few of my close friends sat down and spoke to me and sort of took that pressure off me. And then, like, the day before and through the qualifying round and the final, I felt absolutely fine. And the only pressure I had on me was the pressure from myself, because I really wanted to win. But
here's a tremendous performance, by the way, at 2:31. You watch the slow motion in a moment, and you've got plenty of clearance here.
I was jumping really well. I was very surprised. I had some awesome jumps in there. My jump at 2:37 was a big jump. I was a bit far out, which is the same how I was at the Olympic Games.
We're about to have a look at that. That's 2:31. You're in a battle with Steve Smith. Now, you went 2:33, then 2:35, and this is your last attempt to stay in the competition.
Yeah, I actually thought I'd cleared this jump. I was very disappointed, as you might see, that I didn't actually clear it.
You went far out. Now, that's the World Junior record height, 2:37, and the Commonwealth all-comers record. And you've been going for this height on 3 or 4 occasions this year, and this is maybe nearly your best attempt, I think. Close, isn't it?
I felt that attempt was equal to my attempt in Barcelona. But as you see here, Steve was just awesome. His timing and everything was just perfect. And he's had one of those days where you can't do a thing wrong. And
that's the World Junior record, by the way. He's equalled it. Topic had set it 2 years ago when he beat Tim for the gold medal in Plovdiv. And here's Smith, who's been a great rival of Tim's, over at 2:37. His best going into the meet was 2:31, and he improved his best 3 times in about an hour and a half. It was an extraordinary performance. He reckons, he reckons, Tim, he can break the world record, and he reckons that something like 2:50 or 2:51 is not out of the question. He's putting some pressure on himself now.
That's the first I've heard about him making that statement.
I read it in the London Times 2 days afterwards.
That's a big statement, whether he's been misquoted or whatever, but that's a big statement. Like, when he jumped 2:31, which is a PB to beat me at the British 3As. That was about sort of 4 weeks before the, actually 6 weeks before the Olympics. And when he cleared it that day, that was just barely, and I thought, oh, this guy's not going to jump much higher than this. And then on his day, as you saw at World Juniors, he's simply awesome, and he jumped really well.
Maybe the thing against him, he's 6'1" in the old language, and the really great high jumpers are these days around 6'6", 6'7", they have to be.
Yeah, well, I mean, the taller you are, the less you have to jump, so...
Obviously. Well done. We're going to have a coverage of the World Juniors a little later in the year with a number of other athletic packages in the build-up to the World Championships next year, so that is something to look forward to. So that's in the future. Tim, Kathy, congratulations with the silver medals. Both of you have done very, very well. You've had a great season, each of you, and lots to be proud of. Have a bit of a rest, guys, and come back even bigger and better next year.
Thanks, Bruce.
Thank you.
2 of the stars of Australian sport, Tim Forsyth and Kathy Freeman. A break, and then Brooke brings us on the races over 1,500 metres. This one over 10,000, 10K on the road, 7,000 people. The weather in Melbourne this morning has been quite warm, but quite still, and we've seen a very fast race, and Steve Monteghetti was the famous Australian I was mentioning earlier. This is his comeback run, his first major race since the Barcelona Olympics. He was up against Andy Lloyd, Malcolm Norwood, Pat Carroll, John Andrews, Rob de Hayden, Sean Quilty, Steve Austin, Paul Arthur, the top road runners, the top distance runners in Australia. You see Monteghetti with the sunglasses, Carroll alongside of him with the blue, Andrew Lloyd just behind them, John Andrews just behind them with de Hayden, and Monteghetti broke away. His winning time was 26 seconds faster than the record he set last year. It was 28.19, that's very fast. He has run 27.54 on the track, but 28.19 on the road is a very, very good time. And the women's race was won by Sue Hobson, who ran for Australia in the Barcelona Olympic Games. Didn't qualify for the final there, but she's a very fine runner, and she beat Jenny Lund today. Ramona Getty delighted. Interesting to see where he runs his next marathon, whether it'll be the World Championships next year or maybe one of the major road races like Rotterdam or London. 28.19 over Norwood Carroll. The surprise, Lloyd finished 14th. Hobson beat Lunnon in 33.40 and 33.52 in the women's race. So that's the result of the Olympic Dream Run. What's coming up on 7 Sport? Plenty of golf, as we mentioned earlier with Jack Newton.
Might as well at least tell me.
Okay, you have been nice to me lately.
Nice.
I just hired a real estate broker to look around for a house.
What?
For us. We're moving out. We're getting a place of our own.
Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. This is MacDonald Carey, and these are the days of our lives.
Your toughest stains need Neon. Its unique protein-activated formula actually breaks down stains. Protein-activated Neon cuts tough stains down to size.
Black may not love white. If ever a writer's going to have a tapestry, it better be Africa. The first ape that rose onto his hind legs was on the savanna grasslands of Africa. These are real people who bleed and are loved. I started this book the day after I finished the power one, long before I had flickering shadows, and then write. You've got to write so it hurts. And Tandia's a love story, first and foremost.
Tandia, now available at Bookworld.
I think Tandia is a lovely book, and I hope you enjoy it.
All these delicious meals use lean pork cuts from the 13 approved by the National Heart Foundation. New fashion pork, the other white meat.
This is it for GJ Gardner Homes. The 4-bedroom plus family room, not $75,000, not $65,000, not $55,000, but only $43,450. That's right, only $43,450. Check your weekend paper for your nearest GJ Gardner Homes display.
Heinz naturally good fruit fingers, no added sugar, just fruit and fiber, naturally good from Heinz.
Specially formulated to be kind to their teeth.
Africa is a brilliant, brilliant place to write. If ever a writer's going to have a tapestry, it better be Africa.
Buy Tandia now and you could win a trip for 2 to South Africa.
You haven't been to Africa? This is your big chance.
But only with Bookworld.
Saturday night at the movies. Imagine John Lennon's incredible life story from beginning to end. A very special television first on Channel 9.
All right, Dr. Horton, you're such a genius. I certainly fooled you. As if I'd forget Valentine's Day. Hold on, just a second, just a second.
Hey,
Jerry, hi.
look at you.
Oh, look at this. Who's your little friend here? Come on in.
You like him?
Yeah, he's cute.
Sorry, he's not for you.
Oh, well, great, because I didn't get you anything for Valentine's Day either.
Well, I figured. I'll forgive you. It's for that little girl, Michelle, we went to visit that time. She's getting out of the hospital today, and I thought, you know, she could use all the help she can get, right? What do you think?
He's really cute.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were such a softie, Jerry.
Well, let's not get hysterical. Right? You want to sign the card? I thought maybe you'd like to.
Sure, this is a great idea. I wish I thought of it. Ah, this is cute.
Yeah.
You want a coffee or something? I could get you one.
No, go ahead. Looking around. Where's your smoke alarm, anyway?
I don't know. It's like back in the hall there somewhere.
Here?
Yeah.
What, this? Oh, come on. This thing's not hooked up, doesn't even work.
Well, what do you mean?
What do you mean? It doesn't work.
Well?
Come on. Look at that. Oh, this is cute. That's very nice. Look. You got a very nice little fire hazard here. What's wrong with it? It's got 15 too many things going into it, you know? People walk here. Get any friction going, you get a nice little fire. And then this doesn't work, and you come running out of there with the smoke inhalation and everything, and, you know, kind of a fire trap, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I never really thought about it before. I'll do something about that tomorrow. I'll fix it.
How about now, you know? I really don't like carrying dead people out of burning houses, you know, especially if it's you.
Yeah, well, I can't. I have the steak.
come on.
I gotta fix my hair.
Come on, take 2 seconds and fix it up.
You're
Let's just move the couch.
incredibly bossy sometimes.
You hate that, don't you?
I'm the bossy one around here.
Yeah, just move the couch.
Which way? This one's for Richie. He's cute, isn't he? Yeah. Aren't you giving out any Valentines?
I'm not into Valentine's Day too much this year.
Because of your grandma being so sick and in the hospital and everything?
Yeah. I got one, though.
Who's it for?
Julio. I don't know if I'll give it to him. Jimmy, do you think he'll give me one?
I don't know. Ask him.
Bye. Bye. Call me.
Okay.
Hey, Carrie.
Hi.
Been looking for you. I got something for you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What is it?
Here. Got off the bulletin board. You see it yet?
No.
Well, what do you think?
I don't know.
Man, I'd love to go to New York. I've never been there. Have you?
No.
Hey. Trip's not till spring break. Your grandma will be fine by then.
Yeah. I'd love to go to New York.
Yeah, me too. But check it out. It's $250. $250. I don't know about you, but I got that kind of cash.
I don't either.
Nah, come on. Your dad'll give it to you.
I don't know. I mean, I heard him talking about my grandma's bills, and they're pretty high. The whole family's chipping in to help my grandpa. So I guess we're both not going.
Whoa, wait a second here. If you had the money, would you go?
Sure, but I can't get
All right, come on.
Julio,
Come
where
on,
are you
trust
going?
me. I know what I'm doing. Come on, let's go. Yeah, follow me.
You're giving up Noelle? I don't believe it. You adore that child.
I love Noelle more than life itself. That's why this is the most difficult thing I've ever had to do.
Well, then don't do it. Just because Liz wants her doesn't mean she has to get her.
And while Liz and I are fighting in the court, calling each other every kind of horrible name, what happens to Noelle?
She'll never know.
She'll know. I've thought about it all night. Never mind what I want. I have to do what's best for Noelle, and that is to let her be with Liz. For now.
I'm sorry, Neil. I wish there was something I could say. You've clearly thought it all the way through.
I don't think I could get through this without you.
Sure you can.
No, I wouldn't want to. I mean, giving up my daughter feels like hell. But with you here with me, it makes it a little easier.
Neil.
I'm not pushing. You know, just leave a little room for the idea that things could change with us. I mean, stranger things have happened, you know. You might surprise yourself.
Oh, Neil, I forgot. I'm late for a meeting, and you know I haven't studied the material. We have to talk about it all. You are a wonderful man, and I don't want you to worry about this too much. I think Noelle's just going to be really happy living in California. There's Disneyland out there and tons of movie stars, and you know, if I was a kid, I'd want to live in California. As for the rest of it, you're right. Stranger things have happened. Bye.
Do you really mean it? Do we really get to move out of here?
looking.
Oh, honey, this is the best present you could ever give me.
The days when you have to compete with Uncle Victor are over. It's just you and me, kid. I want us to have a home. For us and for our family.
Justin.
Seeing you look like this, I don't know why I didn't do it a long time ago. I love you, Adrian. And I can't wait to start our new life together. Here, a toast. To us. To our future.
To our future.
What's the happy occasion?
Well, Adrian and I are drinking a toast to our new life.
Oh, what new life is that?
We're moving out. We're finding a place of our own.
I love coffee.
Darn! Somebody's rustled the cows. No milk.
No problem. Looky here. Carnation coffee, mate.
Yeah, makes coffee taste smooth, rich, and creamy. Ain't that something?
Maybe we don't need cows no more.
We don't need cows. We don't need cowboys. Carnation coffee, mate. You'll drink it till the cows come home.
Our specialty at Harvey Norman Discounts is service, range and price.
Discover the difference a Hoover refrigerator can make to your home. Buy this 370-litre cyclic defrost model or the 480-litre frost-free and get a $150 trade on any working fridge. The 370-litre just $879 and the 480-litre $1429. Both have 10-year seal system parts warranty.
Come in and check us out.
Wheat and potato knickknacks. All on your own? No worries. They're baked, not fried. Original salt and vinegar, cheese and onion knickknacks. Max taste, nix worries.
Now you can stay and save. Double the fun for the whole family. Stay at SeaWorld, Australia's #1 attraction. Then enjoy movie magic as you join in the action, glamour and excitement of Australia's latest attraction, Warner Brothers Movie World. Stay at SeaWorld and see Warner Brothers Movie World too. Stay and save for double the fun at SeaWorld Nara Resort. See your travel agent now. You gotta see SeaWorld. You gotta see this.
TV Soap magazine explores the lives of Catherine Kelly Lang and the Bold and the Beautiful's other Iron Women. Patsy Pease tells why she quit Days of Our Lives after her child abuse scandal, and find out how your favourite stars broke into daytime TV. TV Soap magazine and the best of Australia's daytime TV out now.
Heinz naturally good fruit fingers, no added sugar, just fruit and fibre, naturally good from Heinz.
Specially formulated to be kind to their teeth.
Tonight on Channel 9, don't miss the biggest music event ever staged in Australia, the Australian Record Industry Awards, featuring Rod Stewart, Phil Collins, Mick Jones, John Farnham, In Excess, Baby Animals, and performing live, Jimmy Barnes, Crowded House, Yothu Yindi, Wendy Matthews, Rock Melons, Deborah Conway, Diesel, hosted by Richard Wilkins and Julian Lennon.
Join us for the Australian Record Industry Awards.
8:30 tonight, live on Channel 9.
Well, that certainly calls for a toast, if that's what you want.
It's what we both want. Will you join us?
Of course, if I'm asked.
To our new home.
To our new home.
It'd bring you every happiness.
You know, I almost forgot. I'm supposed to meet Mama for lunch. I can't go dressed like this, so I better go get dressed. Honey, I love you. This is the best present in the whole wide world.
Well, thank you.
Celebrate later.
You better get going.
Okay. I'll see you. Victor?
Well, you sprung quite a surprise.
Don't argue with me, Uncle Victor, because I'm not going to change my mind.
Well, I'm just wondering if, given your problem, you wouldn't be better off in a large house. More space, more people around you can talk to. Living alone with Adrian could prove to be too much pressure.
Our relationship is based on more than just sex.
Sex is very important in a marriage.
Well, I'll be the last person to deny that. But that's why it's important for us to move out, so we can be together. Just the two of us. I think alone, we'll be able to work this out together, and I'll be able to make love again.
Nothing would make me happier, Justin.
Uncle Victor, I know what's bothering you, and I want you to know that no matter where I live, I'll still be a Kyriakis. I'll love you just as much as I always have. I'm not going to be abandoning the business or my heritage. Just this house.
Well, in that case, maybe I can suggest a couple of real estate agents.
Well, you sure know how to lose a fight.
No, I'm not losing a fight. I'm just going to make sure that you get everything that I want you to have.
Yeah, all right, don't worry about it. Just reschedule the laparoscopy. It's not urgent. Yeah, well, all the rest is routine. Just cancel it. Yes, I'll be in tomorrow. Thank you.
Excuse me, Dr. Curtis. I was going to do some dusting, but I'll come back later.
Oh, no, Joe, that's all right.
Okay. Doctor, I don't mean to prod. Are you all right?
Not really.
Would you like to talk about it?
Well, actually, this does affect you. I realize how much you love Noelle.
Yes.
Joe, I've decided to give Liz temporary custody of Noelle. She wants it. I'm giving it to her.
You mean she won't be coming here?
Not to live. Not for a while, no.
Well, it's going to be a pretty lonely house around here, isn't it?
I hate doing it, believe me, but I don't want to drag Noelle through a court fight.
Oh, no, you don't have to convince me. Everything you do for Noelle is the right thing. I don't know your ex-wife, but for any child to be lucky enough to have at least one parent that loves them as much as you love her, well, that's okay in my book.
I hope so.
Oh, I know so. And like you said, it won't be forever.
No, I'll get Noelle back one day. Everything will work out. I'll have Noelle. I'll have Angelica.
Right.
I guess it's no secret that there have been some difficulties. I mean, well, Angelica is having a little difficulty sorting out her feelings toward me. I mean, she's keeping to herself.
I see.
But that's going to change very soon. I mean, once this baby is born, once we bring her baby into the world together, that's something that could make two people fall in love, huh? Don't you think so, Joe?
Yes, I do. Doctor, I was going to have lunch with Adrian today, but I could cancel.
Well, my account?
If you need somebody to talk to, yes.
Oh, no, Joe, no. You don't have to cancel your lunch. Well, thank you. That's very sweet.
All right.
Boom, 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 boom. Oh, it's you.
Oh, thanks a lot. I know I'm not April, but...
Hey, you're the second best thing. How would you like to hear some news?
Always.
Always? Well, I just got back from Dr. Camber, my hand specialist, and...
And? Mike, don't do this to me. What did he say?
Well, he told me. I mean, he came right out and he told me. He said... He said, Mike, he said, your operating hand, your brilliant operating hand, should be just fine.
Oh, great! Oh, Mike, I'm so happy for you.
Oh, I am too. I love my hand. I love Dr. Camber's. I love life. I love this hospital. I love surgery. And speaking of love...
Yes?
Where is April Ramirez?
I gather she's supposed to meet you here?
Mm-hmm. Here's a scenario. Get the flowers. You got the candy.
Check.
We're going to a really nice little nightclub. We're going to do a little dancing, a little dinner, and possibly a little, you know, nookie.
Ooh. It's getting a little warm in here. I think it's romantic.
Yes, it's a very romantic scenario, except you need two people to tango. Now, what on earth is keeping April?
All right, so now that you've like completely rearranged my furniture, do you have any interior designing tips for me
Yeah,
here?
go ahead and laugh. You're going to thank me later on.
I'll do more than that. I will thank you right now. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Actually,
Don't mention
it's
it.
good. I didn't realize how dangerous it was.
Here we go.
Go.
I'll tell you what. One more beer, and we'll call it square. What do you think?
Okay, one more beer, because that's all, because I'm really late. I gotta meet Mike. I gotta fix myself up here.
You're fixed. What are you talking about? You going to make me drink by myself?
Are you kidding? I wouldn't do that to you. Come
Here you
on.
go.
Thanks.
Now, see, you're safe. Everything's set.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Look at this. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, things are going good, huh?
Yeah, they are. Oh, good.
Oh, why not? He's a good guy.
He's a great guy.
So are you. So, go for it. Break a leg.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you.
Well, thanks for the beer. I gotta go.
You gotta go?
Yeah.
You didn't finish your beer. What's your hurry?
Well, I got stuff to do, places to go, and women to meet. It's Valentine's Day, right?
Of course, absolutely.
Come on, I gotta
Well,
get out of here.
thanks for coming over. Thanks for fixing the place up like you did.
Well, it's all in the line of duty, what can I say? Got my card, and
You got the bear?
there's my
Where's the
bear.
bear? Okay.
All right. Have a good time.
Okay, thanks again. Bye. Okay. Dr. Horton. Whoa. We are gonna have fun tonight. Okay, Dr. Horton. Let's party.
Headlining this week's Hey Hey, the sensational Harry Connick Jr., plus Martika, Yotha Yindi and Craig McLaughlin, Saturday 6:30 on Channel 9.
Come on, dinner, come on.
No matter what the dogs are doing, when it's time for their dinner, time for their pal, they soon come running.
Martin Hewitt, breeder of champion Basset Hounds, tells why his dogs prefer Pal.
The reason they like pal so much is the meatiness in it. It's the solid nourishment which keeps them fit and active. It's got lots of solid chunks in it, and we enjoy giving it to them because we know it's got vitamins and marrowbone. Well, the dogs eat it with a great deal of gusto. You just can't beat pal. It's as simple as that.
Top breeders recommend Pal.
If you haven't tried Whisper yet, then you probably won't have found out how much better they are. Because unlike other pads, only Whisper has a unique dry weave cover that draws moisture into the pad and locks it away, so they keep me drier. They also have wings that wrap around and protect the sides of my underwear. Whisper gives me cleaner, dry protection. That's why I'll keep on using them. That's why I think Whisper's so much better.
Come on, Mike, you can do better than that.
Can't skate, mate.
Practice and energy, that's all. Make the delicious frosted flakes of corn and Kellogg's Frosties a part of this complete breakfast. Then practice.
Is that mine?
And bring out the tiger in you.
Hey, that's cool. Is that mine? Come on, guys. Thanks, Tony.
Thank Frosties, they're great.
Right, what did our Mo tell us?
They're celebrating 5 million sales worldwide.
We're sorry to interrupt, but the sales tax reduction has made Hyundai's even better value. You can save an extra $1,000 on a GLS Sonata and over $400 on an XL Sprint, both with a 3-year factory warranty. And if you'd like to buy a used TV commercial, please give us a call.
All day, every day.
Hyundai. Celebration ends March 31st. Good food, good health, with Belinda Green.
Really, there's just no substitute for a balanced diet. And when it comes to cooking, there's certainly no substitute for taste either. People seem to forget that when they use substitutes. Like soya drink instead of fresh milk, or carob rather than chocolate, or even using margarine instead of butter. They both have the same amount of calories, so there's no difference there, except for one.
Brought to you by the Australian Dairy Corporation.
8:30 tonight, don't miss a special night of glamour and entertainment when a galaxy of stars bring you the 1992 Australian Record Industry Awards on 9.
Okay. Enough of that. Let's go. My coat and my purse. Picture. Yeah. Hey, keys and my... Ooh. Oh, God, it looks terrible. Better, much better. Okay. Oh, I'm coming, I'm coming. She's not home?
Nope.
Well, worrying isn't going to help.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Yeah. But it's out of your hands.
I'm supposed to stand by and do absolutely nothing, right?
I'm afraid that's all you can do.
Maggie, what if she gets into a car?
There is nothing you can do to stop it.
Right. I just stand by. I just do nothing. And I watch the person that I care about hurt herself. Well, I can't do that, Maggie. I'm sorry, but I just can't.
Oh. Happy Valentine's Day.
Well, I wish it was.
Oh, no, what's wrong?
Well, I got some not-so-good news today. It seems that Dr. Curtis's ex-wife wants custody of Noelle, and he's giving it to her. You know, it just breaks my heart when people treat him bad.
Like his ex-wife?
Yeah, and his present. He deserves better. I guess it's none of my business. Hey, you look happy.
Oh, well, I am. I happen to be married to one of the most, in fact, no, the most wonderful man in the whole wide world. Guess what he gave me for Valentine's Day?
What?
Guess.
Oh, honey, come on, I can't stand it. What?
A home of our own. Oh! When we had that Kitty Akis mansion, he told me to start looking today.
Oh, honey. That is exactly what the two of you need.
I've wanted it since we were married. I never wanted to live in that mansion in the first place.
Well, I know, but Justin did.
I know. I did it for him.
Yeah.
And now he's doing this for me. Actually, for us. Mom, it's really gonna work.
Honey, I'm so glad. Lord knows the two of you have had such problems.
It's because we weren't honest with each other. We kept things from each other, but not anymore.
Aww.
We share everything. We know everything. It's really going to work. I don't have any secrets from Justin. And he doesn't have any secrets from me. So happy.
I need something taken care of right away.
Things are finally working out for you. I'm so happy.
Me too. Oh, no, Mom, I gotta go.
Oh, where to?
Shopping. Justin's taking me out to dinner for Valentine's Day. I thought I might pick up something special.
As if you don't have a wardrobe full of clothes as it is.
Okay, that's true. Want to come along?
Oh, well, I wish I could, but I gotta get back to work.
Now, come on, Mama. Dr. Curtis isn't gonna mind, please.
Honey, I really do have to get back to work, but you go and have fun, and you say hello to Justin for me.
I will. Make me go alone.
Oh.
I love you anyway, though.
Gotta make it out. I love you, baby.
Happy Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's.
Be happy.
Okay.
You know, Mrs. Johnson, the 2-hour lunches are really for executives, which I hardly need to point out you aren't. My husband is a very generous man, and I think you're taking advantage of his good nature.
You want to talk about who's taking advantage of Dr. Curtis?
Who are we implying?
I'm not implying anything. I'm telling you something. That wonderful man is in love with you, and you have been giving him a song and dance, and you have been making his life hell.
Oh, Gee, this sounds just like a rerun of Upstairs, Downstairs. Has my husband been confiding in the maid? Well, forgive me, Mrs. Johnson, but you really don't have any idea about marriage in the, upper classes. We control our passions.
All I know is that Dr. Curtis is one of the nicest, most generous men on earth, and he deserves someone better than a cold-hearted woman who won't be a real wife to him. Now, he deserves a real wife, somebody that worships him.
Like you?
I didn't say that.
Did we expose our little secret? Don't we feel better now that it's out in the open?
I'm not talking about myself. Now, I may not be the right person for him, but you certainly are not.
Let me say this in words of one syllable. Butt out.
You know something? You're not talking to the maid right now, Angelica. You are talking to a friend of Dr. Curtis's, and if you don't believe me, you ask him. Now, you listen to me. If you won't be a real wife to him, then you get out of his life and let him find somebody who will. You know, when you die, I bet they find a lump of coal where your heart should be.
Sorry, that only happens in fairy tales. The real world is different. In real life, Cinderella does not go to the ball. She stays home, scrubbing floors on her knees.
Dr. Curtis is in love with you. Don't you dare break his heart.
You'd be great for this job, Mrs. Polk, trust me.
We keep the candy here nice and neat.
Yeah, you know how sometimes you see popcorn on the counter up here?
And it's really gross?
Yeah.
We'd wipe it up right away.
Well, you two certainly are enthusiastic. And you're polite enough.
We're very polite.
Do we have the job?
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I have a problem with you two. I don't want to hire two kids who are seeing each other. I don't want you keeping my customers waiting while you moon over your girlfriend.
It's not like that. I mean, you know, we like each other, but,
We're friends.
Yeah.
Let me give it some thought. I'll talk to my husband for a minute. I'll be back. Wait here.
I can't believe she's that weird.
Yeah. Me neither.
I can't believe she's this late, Maggie. I can't believe it.
Oh, hey, Horton. Secret Quarter, I'm here. Hi. I'm sorry I'm late. I know I'm really late. I'm really sorry.
Are you
I got hung up. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm fine. Hey, Maggie, how you doing? Fine. So, the doctor, your hand, how's it going? What's up?
Well, I hope you got your dancing shoes on, April, because we are going to do a little boogieing and celebrating tonight.
You're okay?
Uh-huh.
Your hand's okay?
Well, it's supposed to be.
That's incredible. That is so incredible. I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. Whoa. You're kind of quiet around here, huh? This is supposed to be a celebration. Don't you know how to celebrate?
April, have you been,
What? I feel terrific. I want to party. What's going on? Maggie? Oh. Oh, sorry.
Look, I'll get
I got it. No, I got it, really.
Okay, look, you know, I think I ought to go. Mike, you gotta let April find her own way out of this.
I'm not supposed to do anything.
No, she's gotta do it. She's gotta do it all by herself.
Your toughest stains need neon. Its unique protein-activated formula actually breaks down stains. Protein-activated neon. Cuts tough stains down to size.
Black may not love white. If ever a writer's going to have a tapestry, it better be Africa. The first ape that rose onto his hind legs was on the savanna grasslands of Africa. These are real people who bleed and are loved. I started this book the day after I finished the part one, long before I have flittering shadows, and then you've got to write so it hurts. And Tandia is a love story, first and foremost.
Tandia,
Now available at Bookworld.
I think Tangier is a lovely book, and I hope you enjoy it.
Home Yardage Brisbane is closing. Never to be repeated bargains like half-price paper patterns, Vogue, Butterick, Style, Simplicity, McCall's New Look and Verda. All haberdashery half price. All curtain tracks and accessories half price. Quilters fabrics half price. Bridal laces half price. Wool blends from $4.95 per metre. Summer cottons from $2.95 per metre. Coated curtain prints $4.95 per metre. Continuous laces from $2.95 per metre. This is your last chance. Hurry into Home Yardage for these fantastic bargains before you're locked out.
Right, what did our Mo tell us?
They're celebrating 5 million sales worldwide.
We're sorry to interrupt, but the sales tax reduction has made Hyundai's even better value. You can save an extra $600 on the all-new GL Lantra and on the sporty S Coupe, both with a 3-year factory warranty. And if you'd like to buy a used TV commercial, please give us a call.
All day, every day.
Hyundai. Celebration ends March 31st.
For the great outdoors, this Citizen watch. Designed for rugged conditions, water resistant to 100 meters. Alarm and stopwatch for timing events, $135. Sale price $69. Hello, Michael Hill Jeweler. For my annual watch sale, all leading watch brands are heavily reduced. Fashionable Citizen, $115. Sale price $59. Seiko Sports 100, $125. Sale price $69. Michael Hill Jewelers annual watch sale.
Africa is a brilliant, brilliant place to write. If ever a writer's going to have a tapestry, it better be Africa.
Buy Tangier now and you could win a trip for 2 to South Africa.
You haven't been to Africa? This is your big chance.
But only with Bookworld.
Hello, Mike London. Tonight in National 9 News, Alan Border refuses to give up despite last night's World Cup collapse. Protest at the bar that refused Yothu Yindi a drink, and one of Brisbane's historic wool stores damaged by fire.
At 6:30 on A Current Affair with Jan Event.
An exclusive preview of an incredible story of survival. James Scott reveals how he spent 6 weeks in a Himalayan ice cave.
Brisbane's leading hour, 9 News and A Current Affair tonight from 6 o'clock.
Hey, happy Valentine's Day, huh?
Happy Valentine's Day.
You gonna be my Valentine?
Sure.
Hey, are you mad at me? Don't be mad at me. Come on, dance with me. I want to dance with you.
Hey,
Come on,
April,
come
I'm
on.
not mad at you.
You're not? It's good. I'm glad you're not mad at me. We got so much celebrating to do. Would you lighten up? Your hand's all better. That's really good. Come on,
April,
come on.
I don't think we're going to be going out tonight.
Well, you promised we go out tonight.
Well, I think you've done enough celebrating for one day.
Oh. I get it. Fine.
Where are you going?
What do you care where I'm going?
I do care. Hi, Sally, it's Mike Horton. Do me a favor, will you please? Will you order a taxi for April? Thanks.
I don't need a taxi, Mike. I've got my car out front.
Okay. I'm not going to argue with you. I ordered you a taxi because I don't think you should drive home. But ultimately, April, it's all up to you.
Carrie, Julio, I'm going to give your kids a chance, but remember, concentrate on the work, not on each other.
Thank you, Mrs. Polk. We'll work really hard.
We'll come in on Friday, and we'll give you your new schedule then.
Thanks.
All right, thanks. We'll be there.
We did it, Julio. We got the job.
I told you we'd do it.
We're going to New York.
All right, give me 5.
I guess we better get home.
Whoa, hold up, Carrie. Forgot something. This is for you. I don't think too much of Valentine's Day, but I know girls do, so.
Thanks. It's really sweet.
You like it?
Yeah. I got one for you, too.
Thanks, it's cool. We better get home, huh?
Oh, Julio, wait. I was feeling so bad. I didn't think anything could make me feel better.
You feel better now?
Yeah.
Good. Come on, let's get home. Angelica.
It's always a pleasure to see you, Angelica.
Well, it is. What brings you here?
Well, I have been thinking about the cost of steel piping. You know, it's skyrocketing, and it occurred to me...
Wait a minute. Today is Valentine's Day. Didn't you know that? And Valentine's Day is a legal holiday for anyone who's been married within the last 21 months. And that's you and me.
You're in a very good mood.
I'm in a terrific mood. I'm moving out. Adrian and I are getting a place of our own.
That's great. I'm happy.
So, well, how about you? How's the baby?
Baby's fine. Mom's fine.
Wait a minute. Come on, Angelica. I know you. This is Justin here. What's bothering Superwoman?
Justin, maybe I'm not Superwoman. Maybe I'm just plain old Angelica in disguise. Well, you know what? This is a lot harder than I thought it would be.
You were going to have the baby alone. It couldn't be much harder than that.
Oh, no. Maybe I made a mistake. I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't have married Neil.
Today at 5:30, we take you behind the scenes of Peter Dick's morning radio show and hydroponics at home. That's today, 5:30 on Brisbane Extra.
My family were really bored with the same old soggy, biscuity cereals. That's why I thought we'd try these new Kellogg's Mini Wheats. Not only are they bite-sized parcels of shredded whole wheat, they also contain real fruit, apricot or black currant, with or without milk. I love them. And my family will too. As soon as I buy some more. Only kidding.
New Kellogg's Mini Wheats, rated G for goodness.
To make your Italian cooking autentico and convenient, Legos concentrate all this pasta sauce into Legos Taste of Italy recipe-size tubs. Super concentrato. So, to make authentic bolognese for 4, use 2 tubs, no more. Or for a special meal for 2, 1 tub will do. Legos Taste of Italy, bolognese, cacciatore, parmigiana. They are all Legos Autentico.
We love the good old days, yeah, the old style, full flavors here to stay. Love that old style, taste the old style.
Old Style Split from Comedy Farm.
Could you easily eat a pack of new Arnott's wheat and potato knickknacks all on your own? No worries. They're baked, not fried. Original salt and vinegar cheese and onion knickknacks. Max taste, nix worries.
Brampton Island. It's heaven, but it doesn't cost the earth. So see Australian Airlines or your AFTA travel agent now. Because prices like this won't last in eternity.
Want to trade your old size for a new size? There's a new way to lose weight, and it's coming soon.
Hey, you back already?
Hey, Jerry.
I thought I'd have to wait until 2 in the morning.
What, you forget something here?
Yeah, my wallet. So stupid. For having half a brain. You know, I figured I could wait and get it later, but it's long ways till next payday, so I thought I'd better hang out. Come back and get it. What are you doing back so early?
We decided not to go out tonight.
What do you mean? What happened?
I'm losing him. I'm losing him.
What are you talking about? Come on. He loves you and you love him, right? And what do you got to lose him for?
I just am. I'm losing him.
Is that what you want? Well, come on, if you think you're going to lose him and you don't want to, then don't, you know, do something about it. April?
I don't know if I can.
Hey. Hey, no, come on. Hey, it's all right. It's all right. Come on.
Mike.
Well, I did what I'm supposed to do, Maggie. I walked away from April. I left her on her own.
Oh, Mike.
And you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to scream at her, Maggie. I wanted to throw her in my car. I wanted to drive her home. I wanted to scream some sense into her.
I know, but this is the best way, Mike. It's the only way, believe me. This is something I know something about.
Maggie, she's got a problem. I have never, ever walked away from somebody when they had a problem before.
She's got to do this herself. You can't do it for her, Mike. If you're going to have any kind of a future at all with April, if April is going to have any kind of a future at all, this is the way you got to do it. I know how much it hurts.
No, you don't, Maggie. No, you don't.
Angelica, are you saying that you're sorry that you married Neil?
I'm saying maybe I did us both a disservice. Neil is a wonderful man, and I thought, well, I'd just give myself some time, and by the time the baby was ready to be born, I'd be in love. But the baby's ready, and... all I can think about is the baby's father. The baby's real father. I thought I could leave him in the past, and it would just be me and my baby and whoever I chose to be with us. But it's not working that way.
Do you still love him?
Yes.
Well, the answer is very simple.
It is.
Yeah. You're telling this to the wrong person. Tell him. I think you should go find baby's father and tell him what you just told me.
like an idiot.
Oh, no, come on. It's all right. Look, that's what I'm here for.
Thank you. You're a pal, Jerry. Thanks a lot.
You wanna watch some TV? Have a beer or something?
I don't think I'm very good company tonight. Thanks, though. It's a lot.
All right. Look. It's my number, in case you forgot. Okay? If you need anything, you call me. Okay?
Okay.
All right, come on, look. You want him, then don't give up without a fight, you know? The rest of the world's bumping around into walls, you know? Not everybody gets lucky like you guys did, so...
Don't blow it.
Yeah, don't blow it. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
All right. I better go.
Okay.
You take it easy now. All right, don't worry.
Okay.
All right.
Happy Valentine's Day, Mike.
Happy Valentine's Day, Boom Boom.
Thank you for your advice, Justin, but I don't think it's a good idea for me to tell the baby's father what I just told you.
Why not?
I just don't think it'd be a good idea. It might do more harm than good.
Well, all I know is, if I were the father, I'd sure like to know.
People get involved elsewhere. He has a life. I'd just be messing it up.
You know the guy, I don't.
I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. Just, find me a phone booth and hand me my cape, and plain old Angelica's gonna turn back into Superwoman again.
Angelica. I've never seen you like this before.
Justin. I've never been in this kind of mess before.
Newsbreak is coming up next on 9. That's followed by The Young and the Restless.
G'day, this is Don Burke, and what a beaut show we've lined up for you this week in Burke's backyard.
Tonight at 7:30, we'll road test Chow Chows. We'll show you how to feed budgies. And singing star Kate Sobrano is Don's celebrity gardener.
Join us in Burke's backyard. Let us cultivate your interest here on Channel 9.
This program is proudly sponsored by Neon. It cuts tough stains down to size. And Coffee Mate. James Scott, the survivor, tells his story for the first time.
And they ripped the sleeping bag off my head and said, "James Scott, you're a god."
Exclusive, Sunday 7:30 on 60 Minutes.
Newsbreak, brought to you by National Mutual.
Good afternoon. Transport Minister David Hamill has made a ceremonial start to work on Brisbane's $23 million railway tunnel project. The two tunnels upgrading the inner city rail system are due for completion in late 1994. The IRA's terror campaign continues in Northern Ireland. 2 more bombs causing devastation in County Armagh and in Belfast. There were no...
Dixon Home, thank you for...
At Dixon Homes, we fulfill our promises to the letter.
That's the difference.
Experience the Dixon difference this weekend.
But their premiums are already too low. This is incredible. Who are these people?
It's GIO Australia, sir.
I know that, but now they're giving discounts just because your home and contents are on the one insurance policy.
I thought it was rather a good idea.
What? Plus a new for old option on both home and contents?
And discounts if you're over 55 and retired.
What are we going to do about it?
Well, you could retire, sir.
Phone GIO Australia for a better deal on your home and contents insurance.
What makes better reading than the review section of the Weekend Australian in black and white? The same thing in colour. The arts in their full spectrum. Books that are anything but dull. Travel with a splash. And James Halliday will of course review wines in red and white, because now our review section will be in colour every Saturday. What's better than columnist Philip Adams in black and white? Well, some people are colourful enough already. The Weekend Australian, now Australia's most colourful national newspaper.
Why don't you trade in that old paintbrush at Bristol?
Trade in a paintbrush?
Yeah. At Bristol, anyone can trade in any old paintbrushes or rollers and get 50% off a new one just like it.
50% off?
Yeah.
How did you know that?
The world is coming down. The flags are up. Who's gonna be number one? Who's gonna take out the cup?
The Benton and Hedges World Cup. Sunday, March 8, see Pakistan take on South Africa at the Gabba. Play starts 9:30 a.m. Tickets at Ticket World.
Who rule the world? Gotta see who rule the world.
It's now 4 weeks since a young Brisbane medical student was found in the Himalayas, weak but alive, thanks to an iron will that overcame perhaps the most brutal conditions on Earth. Now, after intensive medical attention, James Scott is back with his family, his fiancée Gay, and he can tell his remarkable story. Peter Wilkinson has this exclusive preview of the survival of Scott, which will be shown in full on Sunday night's 60 Minutes program.
I wanted everything to end. I thought, you know, even if you go to hell, even if suicide's a sin and you go to hell, it can't be worse than this.
It is the stuff of legend. For weeks, there's been an air of mystery, even suspicion about James Scott. His silence bred that. That vacuum gave rise to some savage criticism about how he became lost. When we went to Nepal, James Scott's rescuer, Carl Harrison, made no bones about it.
What he did wrong, basically, is he made all the classic mistakes.
Down off the mountain, all the gossip among the trekkers was about how silly the Australian had been.
Well, that's true. He was on his own, which I think you should always have a guide.
I wouldn't do it, no way. Not by myself.
Then there was the Nepal-Australia Friendship Society, who saw all trekkers held to ridicule because of the foolishness of one, veteran trekker Mike Hudson.
I think he could almost be charged with attempted suicide.
The lower of the 2 boulders, right underneath that boulder.
What a miserable place to be for 6 weeks.
Even as we showed you that miserable refuge, James Scott's inability to tell his story fueled skepticism. Was he there at all? Something he hasn't been able to answer until now.
The snow in places were getting up to my waist. It was all powder snow and I'd just sink. You couldn't stop but sink. Vegetation was very thick and I passed this big rock and it overhung and there was a lot of room underneath. And I thought to myself, I saw this campfire where people had been previously and some handles of an axe or something like this. And I thought to myself, at least people have been here before. You can come back to this rock. Maybe people find you in summer, people find your body in summer.
James Scott doesn't look or sound like a liar.
This combination of jungle and snow is unique. You don't find this too many places.
What he says fits what we discovered. The mountain is tough, very tough. Thousands of feet below Scott's cave, the local villagers had given him up.
Sartin. They said anyone from this village couldn't have survived that long. He said maximum 7 days.
I thought, what my thoughts were, that as long as you got 2 good arms and 2 good legs, you'll make it. They were my thoughts at the time. That's what I kept telling myself.
He's the son of God, is what they say.
The experts say that if the coldness doesn't get you, the madness will. But as the days turned to weeks, James Scott had a hidden weapon, karate.
I'd just meditate on one particular technique. I'd think of a particular punch, a particular kick, and I'd just repeat it in my mind and get that technique exact. I'd imagine myself doing it, and I'd keep going over and over. And using this, I could forget about how bad things were.
He had a sweater, this anorak, sweatpants, gym shoes. Really ill-prepared.
It was when the pain in my feet was intolerable, when the cold was intolerable, when the hunger was intolerable, I'd use karate.
Add to that the unimaginable loneliness.
In the first couple of days I shivered, and I guess I sort of got a bit more used to a cold. I kept writing each day to gain.
What Scott has endured will no doubt place him in the record books. But what a way to do it.
Thought, you know, even if you go to hell, even if suicide's a sin and you go to hell, it can't be worse than this.
Peter Wilkinson reporting, and James Scott will tell his story in full on Sunday night 60 Minutes. After the break, the sound of Operation Heartland.
James Scott, the survivor, tells his story for the first time.
And they ripped the sleeping bag off my head and said, James Scott, you're a god.
Exclusive, Sunday 7:30 on 60 Minutes.
Gee, you've got it easy, Max. Wish I had it as easy as you. Never have to put your things away. Never have to make your bed. You get to eat what you like. See, buffet, your favourite. There you go. You've got it good, mate.
Big, meaty chunks. 100% nutritious. Buffet's no ordinary dog food, 'cause he's no ordinary dog.
Good boy.
In 1981, this waterfront block at Noosa Sound sold for just $65,000. In 1991, it resold for a staggering $395,000. That's an increase in value of 500%. Now, ask yourself what waterfront blocks from $155,000 will be worth in 5 years in Noosa's last prestige waterfront development.
Noosa Waters.
Mazdas are built to work. And right now, all vans, trucks and Bravo Utes are priced to go. Plus, Mazda will throw in a free $700 Sid-Chrome toolkit. And Bravo 4x2s and 4x4s come with a free tray. With great deals on Mazda trucks, vans and Utes, a free toolkit and a free Ute tray, it's a deal that's built to work.
Why don't you trade in that old paintbrush at Bristol?
Trade in a paintbrush?
Yeah. At Bristol, anyone can trade in any old paintbrushes or rollers and get 50% off a new one just like it.
50% off?
Yeah.
How did you know that?
Hey, Max. Did you know buffet, your favourite, now costs a whole lot less? Yeah, we're talking value. So now you can have a whole lot more. Good news, huh, Max? Max?
Operation Heartland is a unique partnership of two very different organisations, the National Farmers Federation and the Arts Council of Australia. But this unlikely double act is breaking new ground in its mission to show city dwellers the desperate plight of many people living in the bush. Greg Hoy reports.
In the dead of night, Victorian farmer Brian Keogh sneaks into the Big Smoke to make a personal protest.
Please take it from me that we are not whinging. We are trying to push the plight of rural Australia direct to our city cousins.
It's been easy to ignore the whinging cockies, but that is all about to change.
What a change it's been, working at 9 to 5.
city meets country. This music clip featuring James Raine and James Blundell is soon to appear on your television screens.
Give you a house made out of fibro cement.
It's a bright tune, but with a dark message.
The simple aim of this single is to raise awareness that the rural sector is in desperate strife, needs help, and we have the power to do it to a degree within our own country.
The rural situation is a very desperate one at the moment, and it needs to be approached. And so we are in a situation where we can use the position we're in to do something about it.
Yep. You do it willingly because it's a nasty scene.
Indeed it is a nasty scene. We've all seen flashes of it on the nightly news.
The flood set us back a bit, but if the prices hadn't have gone down on the wheat and the wool, we could have battled through.
I just can't see how it can be done, or how they will be able to hold on to what we've got left.
I think it's probably the first time in history that every rural commodity plus drought has all hit us in one foul swoop.
But it's not just the gods who've been cruel to the farmers. Their worst problems are man-made.
It's all very well to say we borrowed too much, but we borrowed $250,000 and they've already got $600,000 back out of us, and we still owe them money.
We're hurting.
It's a question of survival, borrowing money to expand, to take on the big boys, our Western allies who heavily subsidise their farmers to protect them.
We cannot expect people who are in the cities to understand the complications of what we're doing. We are no longer competing with other farmers in the world, we compete with governments, and that makes it very difficult for us.
Because one by one my friends hit the wall, one by one they disappear.
To remind President Bush of this problem on his recent visit, around 2,000 protesters arrived in Canberra, but most were off the land. Their protest songs seemed to stop at this ridgeline.
Hard times for an honest man.
This is the Great Dividing Range. From the north to southern Australia, it divides the country from the city. And these mountains have a strong symbolism for the National Farmers Federation, which worries that this Great Divide is effectively growing.
We need friends.
National Farmers Federation President Graham Blight.
And that's why we appeal to city people for help.
But NFF surveys have confirmed that the folks in the city don't care, and that makes Graham Blight most upset.
Because we can't beat the drum without people marching to it. And I thank you very much, very, very much.
But help, it seems, might just be on the way.
It's tough out here, living and working on the land.
Under the banner of Operation Heartland comes an appeal for moral support from the city, from an army of volunteers, with musicians like James's Raine and Blundell, and writers like the best-selling Morris West.
Now that's a scary prospect, but 50% to 70% of our rural people in the sheep and wheat belt are technically bankrupt.
And the 20,000 members of the Arts Council of Australia, who've waded in to adorn our galleries with frightening new images from the heartland. All proceeds of the music and the art will go to the National Farmers Federation for rural counselling and to help convince governments and the public that high interest rates and the lack of protection are strangling our farmers.
We're in a spot of trouble and we need some help. And I think it was comforting that people in the artistic field were one of the quickest groups to recognise that issue.
Greg Hoy reporting from the Heartland. Back with a final look at the week that was in a moment.
Dirty Harry's become a big celebrity, but being famous isn't his style.
Pray that nothing happens to me.
Clint Eastwood, The Deadpool, premieres Sunday, 8:30 on 9.
Winfield Cup action comes alive on the coast in '92.
I'm Brent Todd. I'm Steve Jackson.
I'm Danny Peacock. I'm Peter Gill.
I'm Paul Martin.
I'm Wally Lewis, and we hope you've got your season ticket to support the Seagulls in 1992.
Be at all 11 home games, plus the Great Britain game on June 30 for $165. Get your Seagulls season ticket by calling 075 360 800.
In the 50s in New Zealand, Fisher & Paykel set the standard in laundry innovation.
The deluxe.
In 67, they did it again with the auto washer.
In Australia today is the turn of this unique auto washer, Gentle Annie. Its sophisticated electronic brain actually senses the size of each individual load to give you the best wash results every time. In fact, no other auto washer in the world can match it. If this is the standard today, imagine what they'll be doing tomorrow.
Right, what did our Mo tell us?
They're celebrating 5 million sales worldwide.
We're sorry to interrupt, but the sales tax reduction has made Hyundai's even better value. You can save an extra $1,000 on a GLS Sonata and over $400 on an XL Sprint, both with a 3-year factory warranty. And if you'd like to buy a used TV commercial, please give us a call.
All day, every day.
Hyundai. Celebration ends March 31st.
It's beautiful up here, isn't it, Mr. Ross?
It sure is, Katie.
Can I draw a picture of it?
Of course you can.
Have you got some of those Nico High Super ballpoint colour pens?
Now, Katie, where in the world would I get them up here?
Oh, yes!
There's a world of stationery at every Newspower newsagent. These Nico High Super ballpoint pens will light up your life. Available in 8 colours, 85 cents each.
Newspower, what a great shop we've got.
Could you easily eat a pack of New Arnott's wheat and potato knickknacks all on your own? No worries. They're baked, not fried. Original salt and vinegar cheese and onion knickknacks. Max taste, nix worries.
Next week, we'll tackle the question on every preschooler's lips: who killed Fat Cat?
They've assassinated Fat Cat. I mean, what a claim to fame.
Children deserve quality programs that are made for them, and Fat Cat didn't meet the criteria. Howard Gibbs with that story next week, not to be missed. As we saw earlier in the program, the opposition leader Dr. Hewson believes there's still plenty of fight left in his fight-back policy, despite this week's Keating-led onslaught. Shortly after my interview with Dr. Hewson, he advised us he had something more to say.
Mr. Hewson, thanks for your time.
It's a great pleasure. Nice to be here. Thank you very much.
Mr. Keating has turned up the heat a little in the last couple of weeks. Does it worry you that he seems to have tapped a fundamental change in the electorate?
I don't think he has.
Well, the lead you had at the polls is really being eaten away, isn't it?
Look, there's only one poll that matters. Everybody knows that.
Listen, can we stop this, please? Can we get him from behind the chair here? It's the leader of the opposition. We can't have him hiding behind the furniture. Dr. Hewson...
Yeah, what do you want?
Mr. Keating's performance is increasing support for the Labor Party.
Look, the Fight Back package is one of the most remarkable economic documents since the golden age of John Howard. Let's make no mistake about that.
Dr. Hewson, the Fight Back package isn't even in the news anymore.
Yes, it is. Of course it is.
Have you seen it mentioned this week?
Oh, yes, indeed. It was in the Adelaide Advertiser on Wednesday.
Where was it?
Page 43. It was fairly prominently displayed.
Whereabouts?
Actually, it was among boat trailers for sale, but it was a very thoughtful and very well-worded piece.
Well, what are you going to do about Mr. Keating?
Look, Mr. Keating has made a very major dork of himself internationally, and like a lot of other people, I think that's a disgrace.
In what way has he done this?
He's got no respect for the Queen. He's got no respect for the Parliament. He doesn't seem able to control himself. There have been times in the last couple of weeks when I've been ashamed to be an Englishman.
But you're an Australian.
Well, look, there are plenty of reasons to be embarrassed. Let's please not go into all of them.
Isn't the Queen of Australia?
Well, yes, of course she is.
Well, then what business is it of the English how we treat our Queen?
Look, do you want me to talk about the Fight Back package or don't you?
Yes, Dr. Hewson, I do. What do you want to say about it?
I want to say it's very good. It's a very good package, extremely good, very good, and extremely good.
Dr. Hewson, the Fight Back package has been criticised by Treasury. Malcolm Fraser supports Paul Keating on the question of Britain. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm not going to make dribbling noises in the National Parliament, if that's what you're leading up to.
But what are you going to do? Isn't this a time to fight fire with fire?
Well, what are you suggesting I do if you're so brilliant?
To get the public behind you?
Yes.
Well, perhaps you should dack the Prime Minister.
Dack him?
Dack him.
I'm not going to dack the Prime Minister, no.
Why not?
Oh, let him make his own policy announcements.
Dr. Houston, thanks for joining us.
I want to be alone.
John Clark and Brian Dorr, and that is the end of another week of The Current Affair. Thank you for being with us. Good night.
The Power of Seduction. Mel Gibson, Kurt Russell, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Raul Julia. Tequila Sunrise, Monday, 8:30 on 9.
8:30 tonight. Don't miss a special night of glamour and entertainment when a galaxy of stars bring you the 1992 Australian Record Industry Awards on 9.
This is Mike Canty from Queensland, putting on the line prices valued at $23,871. Tonight, we're offering a $10,000 silver cutlery set, a $25,000 trip to Mauritius, the Nissan Vintara TI Super Hatch and Sporty NXR, plus a cash jackpot of $386,000. All on the world's richest quiz, Sale of the Century. And now, here's a big Friday night welcome for Glenn Red.
Thank you very much, Peter. Thank you. Hello and welcome to the sale. Last day for the week, a big Friday weekend coming along, and a fairly exciting night for our carryover champ, Mike. How are you, Mike?
Pretty good, thanks.
We've been talking over the last couple of weeks, that big cash jackpot out there we'd like to see go off, and we reckon you're a pretty hot chance to do it. What do you got to say about that?
I reckon I am too.
Oh, there you go. The only way
You've got
to
to believe in yourself, haven't you?
Be super positive, no doubt about that. Good luck tonight, Mike.
Thank
we
you.
have two new challenges, and to tell us who they are, please welcome on this Friday evening, Sophie Bailey. Is that right? Joe. Oh, Joe Bailey. Hello, how are you? You look fantastic.
Thank you. I'm dressed by Lisa Ho this week.
Yeah, everyone reckons you've been all right this week, haven't you guys? Yeah, all right. About 6 out of 10. Hey, got to quickly mention Moomba is happening in Melbourne. Of course, gets underway today. And also, there's the Moomba Masters, the water ski Masters. So I've entered us into it. What do you reckon? A couple of weeks ago, we were up in Mildura at the McCuskey Fun Park, and courtesy of Dave Mason from TV Week, there we are in the Connolly gear. You look fantastic.
I'm the one on the two skis.
On the two skis. Look at the muscles rippling and all that sort of thing. Somehow I don't think we'll be getting along to the Moomba Masters. Thank you very much to all the guys from Connolly too who helped out, and also Dave Mason.
Yes.
Now, who do we have here, Joe?
Okay then, Glenn. Challenger number 1 comes from Greensboro, Victoria. Please welcome Bruce Kearney.
Hello, Bruce.
G'day, Glenn.
And our second challenger is from Petersham, New South Wales. Please welcome Judy Brinsley.
Hello, Judy. Nice
Hi,
to
Glenn.
meet you. Bruce, you're a bit of a sportsman too, I notice.
Yes, play a bit of coach tennis actually, and play a lot of volleyball as well.
Yeah, and there's basketball and a few others in there
I
as
haven't
well.
played basketball for a while, but we're hoping to get a team back in.
Good way to
soon.
go.
Yeah.
All right, good luck tonight, Bruce. Hope it goes well for you.
Thank you.
Judy, how are you?
I'm very good, Glenn.
In the midst of renovating an old home.
Very old.
How
Very
old was it? Or is it?
1879.
1879, goodness me, a lot of work to do on it?
It's disgusting.
Is it? And you love it, you love being
I
disgusting.
do, I thrive on it, I do.
Do you?
Yes.
There you go. Good luck, Judy, to you too.
Thanks,
a big night for Mike, so we might hop straight into it. Is that all right with you, Joe?
That is fine, Glenn. Good luck.
$20 starting money for all of our players, and we'll see how we go. Mike, you're risking the boat and the billiard table, and the total prize money there is $23,871, so a big night. The 31-year-old Australian, recalled from active service in 1940 to become the Minister for Labour and National Service, was future Prime Minister Harold who? Bruce? Holt. Correct. Disorientation resulting from an abrupt change of cultural and social environment is called culture what? Mike?
Shock.
Yes. What term describes a portable device, usually containing water or chemicals under pressure, for putting out fires? Judy?
Extinguisher. Fire extinguisher.
That's right. We needed the more info there. Fire extinguisher, $25 a piece for all of our players. As it's sung in the following lyric, what part of a building is mentioned?
My lack of education hasn't hurt me none. I can read the writing on
Mike?
War.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious towards the end there, wasn't it? Kodachrome, Simon and Garfunkel, the duo there. Dominating military and commercial aviation from World War I to the early 1930s was what general type of aircraft, so called because it had two wings? Bruce?
Biplane.
That's right. We've got a fast and furious game here. Producer of the films Man from Snowy River, Far Lap and Coolangatta Gold was entrepreneur Michael who? Bruce?
Sorry.
No, don't have to apologise. Michael Edgley. Gift shop time. Mike, with that, Bruce is now 25. You're leading on $30, so you're only $5 ahead. In the hot seat. Let's see how we go.
Mike, even if you don't consider yourself a real green thumb, this collection will easily put your garden back in shape. There's an electric hover mower, powerful chainsaw, blower vacuum and weed eater edge trimmer. Normally $1,269, tonight just $6 from Electrolux and sale of the century.
For the outdoor man, this is the way to go. Do you enjoy gardening, Mike?
It has to be done, and I've got a fair amount of it, unfortunately.
Have you? Well, this will make life so much easier, no doubt about that, even if you've got a gardener and he'll whiz through it in no time. $6, it's a fairly vital part of the game. I'll bring it down to $4 for you. Going once, twice, 3 times, coming in at $4. So there you go. Great purchase there too. Only $1 ahead of Bruce and Judy now on $26, Mike. Right. Invented by Galileo in 1593, Mike.
Telescope.
No, was which instrument for measuring the temperature of gases, liquids and solids? The thermometer. What is the by-name of the US folk blues singer, songwriter and guitarist born in Louisiana in 1885 as Hootie William Ledbetter? Yeah, Leadbelly. One for all of us there. One of the many expressions denoting the impossible is turning base metal into what? Mike?
Gold.
Yes. $10 behind one of our famous faces. Who am I? I was born in Asia in 1917 and died in 1984. Educated in Switzerland and at Oxford University, I returned home to enter politics and in 1959 was made President of the Congress Party. I became Minister of Information under Prime Minister Shastri and after his... Mike?
Indira Gandhi.
I am Indira Gandhi, yes. Been very quick in the last few nights on the Fame Games, Mike. Have done extremely well. You're on $26, as I say, only $1 ahead of Judy and Bruce, and the $10 would help out. Our famous faces tonight, though, are...
Simon O'Donnell.
The Midday Show with Ray Martin.
Bette Midler.
As Dixie Leonard in the film For the Boys.
Richard Wilkham.
From MTV.
Elizabeth Hayes.
The Today Show and EarthQuest.
Joe Mallet.
Joe comes from Chelsea, Victoria, whose hobbies include squash, tennis and also horse riding.
Jennifer Burns.
60 Minutes.
Jerry Song.
Chances.
Gabrielle Gatte and Colin Mann.
Oh, sorry. And What's Cooking?
John English.
All together now. So there you go, Mike. Who would you like?
Well, if you brightens up my morning, so I'll have Liz Hayes.
Liz Hayes.
Congratulations, Mike. You won an all-Australian 6-piece outdoor setting valued at $530 from Christopher Vine Design at Myer.
Great furnishings there. That'll certainly brighten up outside the house along with the gardening equipment and everything else. Good game on our hands. We'll be back in a moment with round 2.
Tonight, Richard Wilkins and Julian Lennon head the biggest lineup of music world's most wanted. The Australian Record Industry Awards, tonight on 9.
Right, what did our Mo tell us?
They're celebrating 5 million sales worldwide.
We're sorry to interrupt, but the sales tax reduction has made Hyundai's even better value. You can save an extra $600 on the all-new GL Lantra and on the sporty S Coupe, both with a 3-year factory warranty. And if you'd like to buy a used TV commercial, please give us a call.
All day, every day.
Hyundai. Celebration ends March 31st. What makes better reading than the review section of the Weekend Australian in black and white? The same thing in colour. The arts in their full spectrum. Books that are anything but dull. Travel with a splash. And James Halliday will, of course, review wines in red and white, because now our review section will be in colour every Saturday. What's better than columnist Philip Adams in black and white? Well, some people are colourful enough already. The Weekend Australian, now Australia's most colourful national newspaper.
Design excellence to $60,000, Dixon Homes. To $120,000, Dixon Top Home of the Year.
Every Dixon home is a winner.
That's the difference, the Dixon difference.
Could we move that doorway so that it opens...
Instead of the double garage...
Dixon Homes tailor award-winning designs
An even larger master bedroom.
to your lifestyle.
That's the difference, the Dixon difference. Thank you for a first-rate job. Our
Thanks for completing our home on
This is
time.
our second Dixon home. Thank you for...
At Dixon Homes, we fulfill our promises to the letter.
That's the difference, the Dixon difference.
Experience the Dixon difference this weekend.
Heinz naturally good fruit fingers, no added sugar, just fruit and fiber, naturally good from Heinz.
Specially formulated to be kind to their teeth.
Welcome back, and the answer to our trivia question, which before we went into the break, what was the biggest selling non-fiction book in Australia last year? Burke's Backyard, which sold over 100,000 copies. Great effort. Incidentally, Burke's Backyard will be following us later on tonight. Mike, you're leading by $1. Simple as that. What term beginning with N describes a chewy or hard confection, usually white or... Mike?
Nougat.
That's right, white or pink, containing almonds or other nuts. When an aeroplane moves along the ground under its own power, it is... Bruce?
Taxiing.
That's right. It is said to what? Correct. Up to $30. $15 being added to the board. What is my name? I was born in 1805 and died in 1875. The son of an impoverished shoemaker who died when I was 11, I left home at age 14 to seek a career as an actor. I nearly starved while trying to earn a living until I met my benefactor, Jonas Collin. Mike?
Charles Dickens.
No. I found fame in the early 1840s with the publishing of my first pamphlet, which contained such stories as The Tinder Box, Little Klaus and Big Klaus, and The Princess and the Pea. I am Denmark's most famous author, and my fairy tales, Judy.
Hans Christian Andersen.
I am Hans Christian Andersen. Well done. Okay, who would you like?
Bette Midler's wonderful. I have Bette Midler.
Bette Midler.
Hooray for Hollywood, Judy. You've won 25 classic movies on video, including African Queen and Star Wars, valued at $715 from Festival Video.
Nice prize. A lot of entertaining there, Judy. Springfield became the capital in 1837 of which US state, beginning, Mike?
Illinois.
That's right, with I. Which unit of capacity in the imperial system of measurement is equal to 2 pints? Bruce?
A quart.
Correct. Up to 35, and still a close game on our hands. 30 seconds fast money, and your time starts now. Creator of The Tragic Salesman, Willy Loman, was Arthur who? Bruce?
Miller.
Yes. Poets' Corner is a selection of which famous London abbey? Judy?
Westminster.
Yes. Played at appearances of the US President is the song Hail to the Watts? Chief? Australia's 2nd, 5th and 7th Prime Minister was Alfred who? Deacon, to let bygones be bygones is to colloquially bury which tool? Bruce?
The hatchet.
Yes. Which Italian city beginning with V is the setting for Romeo and Juliet? Verona. Bit of a quiet patch in the middle there of fast money, but Bruce coming out on top. You're on $45, which means you're $9 ahead of Mike, and you have the opportunity to purchase this.
Bruce, when it's time to put on your best party gear, give yourself or your wife Jill a touch of fantasy with an outfit from one of Australia's brightest young fashion houses. Perhaps like these dresses, you can choose your own to the value of $2,000 for just $10 from Studebaker Hawk and Sale of the Century.
Hello, ladies. How are you? Nice to see you all. Yes, Bruce. Jill, I'm sure she'd like these, wouldn't she?
Yeah, I could score myself some brownie points, I think.
Well, yes, you could score lots of them. $10, it's a close game, I'm aware of that. I'll bring it down to around about $9, which will bring you equal with Mike on 36. Give it a go. What an all-round nice guy. Unbelievable. Well done. You will get brownie points for that. Who was the great artist born on this day back in 1475? Any ideas, guys? Oh, yes. He painted his most famous work while lying on his back atop scaffolding. It happened to be the ceiling of a certain chapel at the Vatican. Who was it? Oh, we'll tell you shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen,
For the first time on television,
John Lennon.
imagine the drugs,
Psychedelic vision is reality to you.
the protests,
It's a bed in, folks.
the scandals, the split up,
There could ever be another Beatles.
the love,
I really needed to be with her, wanted to be with her.
the end.
From information I received while using a Ouija board, I believe that there will be an attempt to assassinate you.
Imagine the life story, 8:30 Saturday on Channel 9.
Create originals. Create classics. Create colour.
Creative Needles. Each week gives you 5 exclusive knitting plus 2 crochet patterns.
Create favourites. Create personality.
With expert hints and tips, charts, plus professional finishing techniques.
Create fashions, create attention.
It's so easy to create great results with Creative Needles by Fabry.
Look again at Copper Art. There's a big surprise in store.
That's right. These beautiful shelf carved panels are magnificent value at $19.95, but only at Copper Art.
We've done much more.
When you're a guest at Sheraton, you're staying with the official hotel chain for the Australian Olympic team. Sleep at a Sheraton, and you could wake up in Barcelona. 3 lucky guests at Sheraton hotels and resorts in Australia will win trips for 2 to the Barcelona Olympics, including airfares, accommodation, and stadium tickets. In Noosa and right around the Pacific, Sheraton is the natural choice.
The Broncos' commitment to winning has never been stronger. And right now, the Broncos are giving it their all and training harder and tougher than ever. Show your support for the Broncos in '92 for what promises to be the most exciting and challenging Broncos year yet. Reserve your seats for all 11 home games and you have a chance to win an ANZ family holiday on South Mole Island. Get your Broncos ANZ season ticket by calling Ticket World on 265-8220. Get your Broncos season tickets now.
Create originals. Create classics.
Creative Needles. Each week, 5 exclusive knitting plus 2 crochet patterns.
Create favourites.
With professional hints and finishing techniques. Create great results with Creative Needles.
The answer to our viewer's question, Michelangelo was born on this day in 1475 and the ceiling was that of the Sistine Chapel, and Sally did get that right too, just in case you wanted to know. Yeah, $36 a piece for Mike and Bruce on 36, as I say, Judy on $30. American cousins Frederick Danae and Manfred B. Lee were co-authors of more than 35 detective novels featuring the character Ellery who? Judy.
Queen.
That's right, and you're $1 off the pace. The expression popularised by Abraham Lincoln, meaning to rely upon yourself, is paddle your own what, Judy?
Canoe.
Yes, correct. The first Australian recording to reach #1 on the local charts was Oh Yeah, Aha by Cole Joy and the Witch Group. Judy.
Joy Boys.
That's right, and blitzing it at the moment up to 45 and into the lead. $20 being added to the board. Who am I? I was born in 1895 to a vaudeville family in Piqua, Kansas, and died in 1965. I made my stage debut in the family show, and in 1917 I joined Fatty Arbuckle in making a long series of 2-reeler films in which my persona was gradually formed. In 1920 I reopened the former Charlie Chaplin studios under my name and started writing, directing and acting in my own features, which established me as a master of silent comedy. In 1959 I received a Special Academy Award for my comic talents. I was called the Great Stone Face and am regarded, Bruce.
Buster Keaton?
I am Buster Keaton, correct. Trailing by $9 now. Bruce, who would you like off the board?
I like Altogether Now, so John English would be...
John English, yeah.
Terrific.
$20. Throwing the cat amongst the pigeons. Bruce on $56 and in the lead. Colloquially, what term beginning with W describes a novel dealing with a murder or murders and, Judy?
Whodunit.
That's right, and the detection of the criminal. Whodunit. Keep an eye out for Cluedo too. Great show on Channel 9. In October last year, over 2,000 large umbrellas were erected in Japan. Judy?
Christo.
That's right, and the US under the supervision of Bulgarian-born artist Christo. Mike's asking for a swab at the moment, eh? Yeah. Cash card time. Judy, you're not quite there. Bruce is. You're on $56. Judy's on $55. So, Bruce, you're in the hot seat. It's going to cost you $15 to play. But firstly, let's have a look at the prize.
Bruce, here's a piece of original artwork from one of Australia's finest still life artists. Created in oil and beautifully framed, the work is valued at $2,800 by Jill Kirstein from Elder Fine Art Galleries and Sale of the Century.
So there you go there. That's the prize, Bruce. There's $11,000 cash. $15 to play. You will be relinquishing the lead. Would you like to give it a go? You don't have to play, of course. If not, we can just give it to Judy. Give it a go. $15. When I say give it to Judy, we'll do a few things here anyhow. Which suit would you like, Bruce?
I'll go Hearts.
You go Hearts. It hasn't gone off all week, you know. And it still hasn't gone off.
No.
There's the painting. The painting is yours.
Thank you.
It's the first week for a long time it actually hasn't gone off. There's Clubs. Clubs had the $11,000, so we'll be starting on Monday night at $12,000 with cash card. Having a look at the scores now, Judy 55, Bruce 41, and the carryover champ Mike, who is risking $23,871 worth of prizes, on $36. Numbering some 49 million speakers, Urdu is the official language of, Mike?
Pakistan.
That's right. Though not uniquely Australian, becoming national symbols from their wide use in both world wars were which, Bruce?
Slouch hats.
That's right, which hats? Hansen's disease is another name for which, Judy?
Alzheimer's disease.
No, which mildly infectious disease characterised by, amongst other symptoms, the loss of extremities? We were looking for leprosy. $25 in the wild card being added. What is my name? I was born in 1806 and died in 1861. When I was 15, I became a permanent invalid due to a spinal injury after a fall. I subsequently spent my time writing letters and poetry. In 1838, my first collection of poems was published, and I became well known in literary circles. My second volume was published in 1844, and this prompted a letter from an admirer which told me that he loved my poems and me. We met and subsequently married. Bruce?
Sorry, no.
And subsequently married secretly and then ran away to live in Italy. My given names are Elizabeth Barrett and Judy?
Browning.
I am Elizabeth Barrett Browning, that's correct. Judy, you're on $50, and as you can see, the only thing going from the board so far is $20. Who would you like?
Simon O'Donnell.
Simon O'Donnell.
Now, this looks like fun, Judy. You've won an Australian-made kids slide-out hideout, plus table and chairs, valued at $580 from Hunter's Toy Line.
Mike breathes a sigh of relief, so does Bruce. Nice prize, Judy. You never know what's around the corner, so that might come in handy.
Maybe.
Maybe. Where was the money, Joe?
The wild card was with Joe Mallet. The other money was with Jerry Son and Gabrielle Gatte and Colette Mann, and Jennifer Byrne had the $25.
That's where the money was, and we've got fast money, which is going to be very, very interesting, coming along shortly.
This week, join myself and my beautiful family on Burke's Backyard.
Meet celebrity gardener Kate Sobrano.
Tonight, 7:30 on Channel 9.
Create style. Create cottons. Create casuals.
Creative Needles. Each week gives you 5 exclusive knitting plus 2 crochet patterns.
Create warmth. Create crochet.
With a step-by-step guide to the stitch basics, plus all the expert know-how, like Swiss darning.
Create fashions, create attention.
It's so easy to create professional results with Creative Needles by Fabric.
Goodbye.
Holiday in the South Pacific on Fair Star the Fun Ship. Cruise with friends and save up to $387 each. National Australia Travel. It's the work we do before you leave that makes all the difference.
Streets Ice Cream have created a spectacular dessert called Viennetta. But despite its delicious, rich, creamy taste and its irresistible crisp chalk layers, Viennetta could leave you with one small problem. Streets Viennetta. One slice is never enough.
It's beautiful up here, isn't it, Mr. Ross?
It sure is, Katie.
Can I draw a picture of it?
Of course you can.
Have you got some of those Nico High Super ballpoint colour pens?
Now, Katie, where in the world would I get them up here?
Oh, yes.
There's a world of stationery at every Newspower newsagent. These Nico High Super ballpoint pens will light up your life. Available in 8 colours, 85 cents each.
Newspower. What a great shop we've got.
Create style. Create cottons.
Creative Needles. Each week, 5 exclusive knitting plus 2 crochet patterns.
Create warmth.
With a guide to the stitch basics, plus expert know-how. Create professional results with Creative Needles.
Welcome back. Here we go with the fast money. 60 seconds fast money. Close game. Judy leading 50, Bruce 46, Mike 41. 60 seconds up on the clock. Good luck to everyone. Your time starts Now, in the story, sleeping for 20 years was Rip Van who? Judy?
Winkle.
Yes. What was the first name of explorer Dr. Livingstone? Mike?
David.
Yes. The Summer Olympics will be held in which city in Bruce?
Barcelona.
Atlanta. Beginning with L, what is the fifth sign of the zodiac? Judy?
Libra.
Leo. The really useful company is that of Andrew Lloyd who? Mike?
Weber.
Yes. Which Russian leader's rule ended with his death in 1953? Stalin. To be KO'd in boxing is to be literally Bruce.
Knocked out.
Correct. Which cartoon mouse began life as a steamboat Willie? Bruce.
Mickey.
Correct. Beginning with S is which Japanese fermented liquor made from rice? Bruce.
Sake.
Correct. Colloquially, a large sum of money is known as pretty what? Bruce.
Penny.
Yes. Setting many world records for hurdling was American Ed who? Mike.
Moses.
Yes. Which former singer adopted the name Yusuf Islam after retiring? Bruce.
Cat Stevens.
Correct. In what country did Alan Border play his first test match? Mike.
England.
Australia. And on the buzzer there, Bruce has held on as the champion now on $66. A very, very close game. If I can quickly mention, the Summer Olympics will be held in which city? In 1996 was the end of that question. So that's where we needed Atlanta. Great game. Great week, actually.
One, yeah.
Fantastic.
Really good. Judy, thanks for playing tonight. You have won prizes to the value of $1,295.
Thanks, Jen.
Nice meeting you, Judy. Good luck with the house, too.
Thank you.
And Mike, you've won cash and prizes to the value of $9,396. Thanks for playing around.
Tremendous meeting, and I hope I didn't put the mockers on you, but that's the game, really, isn't it? We also have these great gifts for you.
Judy and Mike will both receive the latest push-button Sale of the Century board game from Crown and Andrews, plus our Diamond Set Gold Money Clip from Wendy Manzo, Diamonds at Piccadilly, and Sale of the Century.
Congratulations, Bruce. Held on. Let's go shopping. Friday night, we've got to quickly whiz through this. Held on extremely well there.
Keep that going, I'll tell you.
Yeah, in the hot seat with the cash card, but not to worry. Grab a spot there. We're going to have a look at a couple of prizes on the board at the moment.
Presenting the precious natural beauty of solid gold. Set with glittering diamonds, this magnificent solid 18-carat yellow gold necklace comes with a matching 18-carat twisted bangle. Together valued at $14,000 from Michelle Germani Jewelers. Step into the tropical paradise of Mauritius for 6 luxurious nights. This magnificent holiday for 2 includes first-class airfares, accommodation at the brilliant Beachcomber Resort, $3,000 spending money from ANZ cards, and most meals. Valued at $25,000 from Air Mauritius.
And again, here are these 2 fantastic cars, no doubt about it, from Nissan Australia.
A sporty pair of vehicles set to tackle the open road. The 5-speed Nissan Vitara TI Super Hatch combines 2.4-litre power with 4-wheel disc brakes, cruise control, power windows and mirrors. And the sensational NXR boasts ABS anti-skid braking, speed-sensitive power steering and removable glass Targa roof. The Vitara TI Super Hatch and NXR sports machine are valued at $58,171 plus on-road costs from Nissan Australia. And as the ideal accessory to these brilliant vehicles, a pair of Diamond Set Gold key rings from Wendy Manzo, Diamonds at Piccadilly, and Sale of the Century.
Bruce, hold on to one of the key rings there for good luck. One with each car you'll get if you're lucky enough. Which numbers would you like?
Number 2, please.
Number 2. Jewellery.
Number 12.
Number 12.
Down the bottom.
The boat.
Number 6.
6. The jewellery.
The jewellery. $14,000 worth of jewellery right down here, Bruce.
Bruce has won an 18-carat gold necklace and bangle from Michelle Germani Jewelers and Sale of the Century.
So there's the jewellery. Where were the cars and also the win card, Joe?
Number 8 had the win, and
I'll go 7.
Number 7 had the car.
Cars, quick as a flash. I should be here, shouldn't I, really? So there you go. Now, if you would like to come back, of course, you have the chance of going for our cash jackpot. And tonight, here it is.
Tonight's Sale of the Century cash jackpot hits $386,000.
$386,000. Now, if you want to come back on Monday night, you'll be risking $14,000 worth of jewellery. Still remaining on the board with all the other prizes, $121,042 worth. Before you make your decision, we're quickly going to have a look at one of the prizes you'll be playing for if you decide to come back on Monday night.
Bruce, here's the notebook computer for those who know what they're looking for. Featuring internal floppy disk drive and 40-megabyte hard disk drive, this compact model boasts an LCD screen and handy carry bag. It's valued at $5,995 from Tico.
That's just one of the prizes Monday nights. What would you like to do?
I never thought I'd be here. I think I'll take the jewellery. Thanks, Blaine.
Take the jewellery and go. Good, the second time it's happened here in the week. You'll be leaving us with $18,800 worth of prizes, which you've won during tonight. Not a bad night's work, is it?
That's fantastic.
3 new players on Monday night. Till then, take care, won't
Have a
you?
great weekend.
For sure. Bye-bye.
This is a Grundy television production for the 9 Network. Peter Smith speaking.
Newsbreak, brought to you by National Mutual.
Good evening. 2 prisoners on work release programs have escaped from a Dutton Park centre. 21-year-old Michael Dillon and 41-year-old Jeffrey Jones disappeared from the Western Outreach Camp at Adelaide Road this afternoon. 75 children and their teachers camping in Victoria had a lucky escape when fire swept through their dormitory. The cook at the Mildura camp raised the alarm and evacuated everyone before the buildings and the children's belongings were destroyed. Work has begun on 2 new railway tunnels between Brunswick Street and Central Station. The tunnels are the first stage of a $135 million plan to upgrade the inner-city rail network. When complete, there'll be more commuter trains and less traffic. And Australia is in danger of missing the semi-finals of the World Cup series following another poor performance against England last night. Australia is only ahead of Zimbabwe on the score table. To make it to the semis, they must win all remaining 4 games. A mostly fine day tomorrow with a top of 28 degrees. We'll have more news in an hour.
James Scott, the survivor, tells his story for the first time.
And they ripped the sleeping bag off my head and said, "James Scott, you're a god."
Exclusive, Sunday 7:30 on 60 Minutes. Burke's Backyard is proudly brought to you by Pal and Whiskers.
G'day and welcome to Burke's Backyard. Now, if you're wondering why the little blind hasn't come down and the cat jumped and the music and all the rest of it, the answer's quite simple. Tonight's program is being done entirely by an Apple Macintosh home computer, and they're so simple to operate, even a child can do the job. Well, we've got 11-year-old Phil to run all of Burke's Backyard program tonight. Do you reckon you can do it?
Yep, I sure can.
A national television program all by yourself?
Yep.
All right, I want to hear the music then.
Okay, wait on a second.
So you're using your mouse to select it?
Yep.
All right.
Now, Mitch, if you want to, you know, move those lines, just adjust the scanner, would you? Okay, that's great.
We're away. Well, that looks good. So, 3D animation on the home computer?
Yep.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, and morphing. I love that. That's very, very fashionable. All right, well now, do you know what is on tonight's program?
Yep, it's all stored in here in the computer, so I'll get to it.
Oh, I love all this. Now, of course, we're going to be giving away a home computer on tonight's show too, aren't we?
Yep, this is the computer. It's the Macintosh Classic, and it's really good.
That's fantastic. All right, and of course, a computer game and all the rest of it.
Yep.
All right, well, what's on tonight's program?
Well, we've got impatiens, budgie supplementary feeding, come and see my garden at Toongabbie. There's Frogmore, azalea cuttings, coriandra. We're road testing the chow chows. Kate Sobrano is our celebrity gardener, and ancient apples.
That is fantastic. All right, well now, can you crank up our first segment, which is impatiens?
Yep, sure.
Every garden has one of those rotten areas where things look rather ugly or whatever, and there's a classic plant that colonises the ugly areas, and most gardeners really despise it. And it's this one here. This thing is called balsam or busy lizzie or impatiens, if you like. The variety that grows as a weed is tall and gangly, usually has purplish flowers, and as I say, any true garden lover really hates it. But in fact, if you're one of them, you're wrong. The fact is that in recent years, they've domesticated this plant, and there's some extraordinary varieties and colours available these days. Well, I think you'd agree that these new varieties are absolutely sensational. The Americans have developed most of them, and I suppose there are two key elements that they've worked on. The first one is they're not as gangly as they used to be. Look how low they are. Tiny little ground-covering plants, many of the new varieties. And the second thing is, of course, the colours. Fabulous colours, gorgeous warm pinks, lovely whites, superb mauves, and many, many other colours. They really are amongst the best ground-covering colour plants available anywhere in the world. But there's more. Some of the new